last time on The Great Escape. Um, it's been a hot minute for it's like
You were lagging a lot. I don't know if anyone else is hearing that, but
Yeah, I am too.
the usual curse. Maybe
Yep.
turn the make it worse.
I'm also noticing that it happens when there's like more than 3 people or 4 people in the channel.
Excuse me. All right, so
that's better so
the
far.
last time on, the last time on The Great Escape. You guys oversaw a couple.
Who fired a sniper rifle? Sorry, I heard like a weapon shot go off in the chat, but I didn't hit anything, and now I gotta log back in, motherfucker. Sorry, please
But
continue.
yeah, no problem. So last time on The Great Escape, you guys oversaw 2 prisoner transfers between NATO forces and Russian forces. Successfully. Kudos. You also, the new players got to encounter the joy that is the Reynolds clan. Busted ass
Unpredictability.
through Poland.
Gotta love them.
Exactly. And on the tail end of the session, you learned of a CIA bunker. I'll pull you to the map of Poland. Located over here.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's a fairly long trek, but you were told this by one of the people you rescued from like the prison convoy, Gary Klaber, who the CIA agent. You also have captured the Butcher of Kalisz, who is going to be handed over to CIA forces. And yeah, that is a pretty good bullet point. All right, so to begin the session, I believe it is I need all of you to make me a blind GM roll, stamina roll at -2, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn. Did we get any boosts from like the equipment in the base or anything?
Yeah, I'll say with the equipment in the base, it'll be a -1 overall.
Okay, next question. Do the specialties NBC or SEER training or both apply to this?
Yeah, I also have Ranger.
Yeah, I got a Ranger, Power Ranger too.
I love it.
Blind GM roll. Do any specialties apply?
Because I have NBC and SEER training.
Right. I have Ranger.
Ranger would apply.
Got it.
I mean, so we'll just confirm with SEER training. Well, SEER training probably wouldn't apply to this, but NBC is for resisting like infection rolls, radiation, chemical agents, etc.
Yeah, NBC would apply. I forgot
Okay.
what it did exactly.
Okay,
but...
so for me it's just a flat roll.
Yep, and that will be a blind GM roll.
I know,
please.
I just did.
Are we able to push?
Apparently not.
No.
Okay, that's needed to know.
All of you are on the April Fool's icon, so I can't tell who did what.
Oh.
Or some of the people were.
Well, there was one public role that was on the April Fool's icon, and then I see, Ramba, then Astron, then me, then Marty.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'll just open up the sheet so I can. Okay, I'll have Arthur make his roll when he gets in. Or Bloom. All right, thank you. I shall keep these numbers in mind for later. But yeah. So you guys are currently at the bunker because you return there after the mission. So I'll pull you to the bunker entrance map. And yeah, so you have the information from Claber, you have the location, and yeah, it is currently Tuesday, May the 3rd. And yeah, so what are you guys doing? As we like
In terms of the role we did, is by this point, is there any indication, like any possible indication of what it was for? Like, is like, it's really, oh, people suddenly start feeling nauseous or, you know, something like that.
hmm
Like, is this something where we
um
start to see signs of it if we succeeded or failed before we leave the
that's a good
base?
point. Let me find my notes. There are my notes. I made a whole big list of things that'll happen. And nothing bad, I assure you. It's just
Okay.
I I wrote down a whole bunch of notes, so it's like slightly organized, but it's just the insane ramblings of a crazy person if you'd otherwise. But yeah. Um okay, so for the people that failed, it should be let me double check. So it'd be Ray and Travis and D10 and D8 pool.
For Arthur?
Okay. So Vincent, Travis, and uh Ray, all of you begin to notice like you start having like basically you start like you're starting to notice like a lot of like dry skin and like a little bit of like skin irritation, kind of like
Uh-oh.
um
Uh-oh.
yep.
All right, time to roll new characters.
What?
It's not that severe.
It's not like you
Save
have a
or
flesh
die.
virus.
Anybody have like a medical skill he can roll
Yeah.
to know what the fuck
Or just
is
give you some
this?
lotion, but, um,
Yeah. And I'll say like the
What?
skin irritation you're having, it's kind of like just like really like dry skin. It's nothing like, like psoriasis or, you know, fucking chicken pox. Something like
we
that.
do have, in
It's just
terms of medics, I think it was
So what the
Polish,
hell is causing it?
Polish Tom Selleck, and then wasn't there
Well, I mean,
also
would
a,
we even be suspicious of this? Like concerned
Right.
about it?
I mean, chances are good if all three of your skin is itching and everybody else is fine, that might be concerning.
Right.
yeah, I will bring up the fact that how often are you washing like your uniforms and stuff? And, how long has it been since you've had a bath? Just yeah, that may be your thought rather than like, oh god, I have something that's gonna kill me.
We're dying.
When was the last time you changed your socks?
Cancer.
Yeah, I mean, so unless like in universe my character would know this is something to be concerned about, yeah, I'd probably just be like, I gotta
Right.
clean up.
Probably fly under the radar.
hmm
Or I don't know if there's some process where we have like regular medical checkups, but I don't feel like the symptoms are bad enough where in character, like I would go see a medic. Maybe someone else would, but I don't know.
But yeah, that is just something that you've you know new symptoms you noticed. And yeah. So again, you have the CIA bunker, and is there anything you'd like to do around the base or
Yeah, I'm gonna go check them on myself. So let me just roll medical aid.
Sure.
Oh, right, you're a medic, aren't you?
No, I'm not. You guys said Tom Selleck's the medic, so
Well, I mean, I said that before
I'm
realizing.
not
Oh,
going
wait.
against Tom Selleck, bro.
Okay, that actually should be an out of cut. Hold on.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's not even really. Yeah, at this point it is. I chose the picture because I was like, oh, here's like a funny thing, and he's just become Tom Selleck. He's
I
undercover.
mean,
So.
next you got to get fucking Burt Reynolds, and then we're gonna have to do Smokey and the Bandit, obviously.
Well, we've already got 4 Reynolds running around here. Burt Reynolds shows up. They're like, "Oh, hey, cousin Burt, what are you doing here?"
No, he comes in like
Oh
Mr.
no, not another.
Lost. He comes in to save the day.
Oh boy, that's why I love that's why I love this table. Oh
That's
boy.
why I hate this table. I'll give you people one thing. You sure are unique.
Anyway,
It's always
Yeah.
a new experience around here.
Wait.
Okay.
What do you mean, you people?
Obviously, the Dutch.
God.
Referring to.
Now, what do you mean, you people?
Yeah. All right. So you made your medical aid roll. Okay. Yeah. You manage. You can treat this with There's a med bay down there. Yeah. Just be like What's it called? Like there's cream in the base where you can treat the dry skin. But what I
Okay.
will give. Cool. However, you aren't really sure like what this is like fully. You can treat it, but you're not sure exactly what you're dealing with.
Mildly concerning.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So that little kerfuffle is dealt with. Anyone who has the skin irritation, they can get some cream and deal with it. But yeah. So yeah, is there anything else you want to do around the base before you? I'm assuming you're gonna start heading toward the CIA bunker.
yeah. That does beg the question. Do you guys think we should bring the tank, or?
God, the tank. I forgot about the tank.
That is a damn good question.
Yes.
Yeah, because
The answer is
Why
yes.
not?
well, yeah, because what I'm thinking about is that the bunker, it is quite a distance to the bunker, and I'm probably going to be passing through several towns. So if there's a possible Soviet presence there, then yeah, we should probably have the firepower to deal with it. But like I said, maybe have some like American flags or like our faction emblem on it,
Right.
which I would say Gorham probably got a little carried away painting and personalizing the tank, but that's neither here nor there.
What color have you painted the tank?
Well,
Just
she didn't
so
paint the
get a
whole
visual.
thing. It's just that you know, it's definitely got a little more color. It looks like it was like a Sabine Wren was here kind of, or maybe not to that extreme, but like, well, it's trying to find where it is. There's like this one Aliens Colonial Marines like armor decal where it's like a white like angel or something. That's like the Watch Over Me design, and I have a feeling like something similar to that. Because we were discussing like a faction being like the Order of Peacekeepers, and I guess in lack of a better lack of an emblem, Gorham just decided to paint that. Hand painted and actually did a pretty decent job.
Very nice.
But yeah, anyway, like basically it's the kind of thing that, might like it's a tank, but it kind of suggests that it's neither Soviet nor US in affiliation, which hopefully, I mean, it can go either way in terms of getting people to fire at us or not to fire at us. Hopefully not, especially if there's a convoy kind of following it. But
Mhm.
I mean, either way, it's a fucking
Forgot.
tank, so you'd want to think twice about shooting at it anyway.
Mhm. I forgot the tank was named Lone Star because Ramba's character is the wheel.
Because I'm driving it.
I love it.
All right, well, other than personalizing the tank, and maybe like loading supplies for the road, Gorham doesn't do anything.
Sure.
I was going to ask,
So
just right quick.
go ahead.
Well, actually, I think you were leading into it, like in terms of like who we're bringing.
Yep. You read my mind.
Definitely, I would want to leave this like because the thing is the 6 POWs we rescued, like the named characters. I think bringing all of them would be kind of overkill. I was thinking to potentially save on fuel costs. Like if we have less people traveling, we could just take like the tank and the Humvee. And let's see, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, or actually no, fuck Edwin, get him out of here. 1, 2, 3, Henrik, I guess, can tag along. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So basically, it's like all the people here, and then Vincent because his token's over here. Mind you, this is just my suggestion for who we take. Oh, and also obviously Kleber and the Butcher. The tank
Sure.
holds a crew of 3. The Humvee holds. You established that that whoever's in like the gunner seat, that doesn't count as a seat, right?
I think I said that for the driver, not the gunner.
Oh, well, either way, it would effectively hold 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So hold on. So that the 3 got technically 10 people. Or actually, no, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. So, maybe leave, who is, I mean, this is kind of a meta question, but it's like, in terms of stats, like, is Henrik better than Tom Selleck in terms of gear? Like, in terms of both gear and stats? Like, if both had the same gear, who would be the better medic?
Heinrich would.
All
I
right.
think he has more equipment than, like, he has slightly
Okay.
better skills and better equipment than
While I like
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck for style points, I think, practically if we're going a long distance and might encounter resistance, we might be better off just having Henrik. Because the thing is, like, keep in mind we're going to have well, I guess we can leave Rabid Robert here. So let's see. So Rabid Robert and Henrik, or rather Robert and Tom Selleck, I guess just move them off to the side because I can't. I'm just trying to get an accurate head count.
Sure.
Robert's down there. So that would be 1, 2. I think that would be 10. So basically, just throw Caleb in the trunk again, and all the seats are filled.
Great.
I mean,
love how that's
there
just
is well, there is a
rule of
a
thumb.
hole in the trunk because the time Rabbit Robert stabbed the spider and broke through the hood of it. So I mean, he has air.
I love it. Okay.
Um,
So, um,
but again,
so
I
who's
just wanted to
going in what
clarify.
vehicle?
I mean, that was just my suggestion for who we bring with us to minimize the amount of seats, and not be like overburdened with people. But I mean, if anybody else has a better plan, then obviously speak up.
Do we know, do we expect that this CIA people to be hostile? Or, like, are we trying to
No,
intimidate
I don't
them, or,
think
like, are
so.
we
Well, we were
preparing
just,
for a fight?
I think we were just dropping, because I mean, Klaber, when we were talking to him about what to do with Caleb, he said, well, my superiors were at this bunker, so if Caleb, because I think Caleb, he was CIA, right?
Yeah.
So we're just dropping off a rogue agent, and we have a non-rogue agent working with us, so I'm guessing he could probably vouch for us. Like we're not going there to kill him, we're just going there to drop off
We're just trying not to
Caleb.
be seen as hostile.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you probably would want, like, the, like, Humvee leading the
Yeah,
tank then, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
Sure.
and I like the idea of flying American flags too, just
yeah,
to make sure it's friendly.
yep. I mean, between the flags and then the peacekeeper symbol, I think we should be fine. I'm also going to move the let's see um okay, we have the tents in that. Is there anything you guys think we should bring off of the liquor cabinet into the tragic school bus?
I don't know, you got any like rye whiskey? What's the most intensely American thing you got?
Well, we have a bunch of vodka. Well, I mean, there's Reynolds Brothers Old Fashioned Country Moonshine that Henrik bought like way at the start of the game,
Hmm.
like literal stupid juice. Um, I'm gonna move.
It
Let's see,
gives
we've
you a
got
-2 to all intelligence-based
yeah,
things for a shift if you drink it.
yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna move one of the
That's
fishing
how
gear
intense it
into
is.
the tragic school bus because I don't really see why both of them should be in one vehicle. Um, and then let's say there's just one random field ration which will just move into this. And do we have a doctor's medical kit? Yes, and that. Um, I guess the question is, I mean, if my question for Emily is if I mean, unless you want to get bogged down and trying to figure this out, would you be fine with if it's a case of like something like like a a tent for camping out or whatever that we could just retcon and say we just grabbed from the liquor cabinet?
Yeah, I'm fine with
Okay.
that.
Okay. Because I just don't want to be sitting here for like 10 minutes going like, huh, what should we take with us? As long as we like, because our inventory is kind of divided among 2 different vehicles, probably soon to be 3 different vehicles. So, if people start putting stuff in the tank. So, anywho,
Yep. All right. So I need to step away for like a couple minutes. I'll be right back.
okay,
All right, I am back. Sorry about that again, guys. But
sure.
excuse me.
In terms of, I made the suggestion of like, hashing out like who's going what vehicle, and Gorham's driving the Humvee, and then Ray said he wanted to be in the passenger seat on the radio, and then Astron is going like Vincent's going to be on the gunner seat as lookout.
All right, cool. Okay.
And I guess like all the NPCs, like Henrik, Klaber, hold on, why is Zavotska there? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing against her, obviously. I'm just trying to kind of lighten the load, especially if we're not
You're all
bringing the
good.
UAZ with us. Actually, hold on. So yeah, well, as I was saying, like, so I guess we could have Arthur, Henrik, and Kleber all ride in the back of the tragic school bus, and obviously, again, keep Caleb in the trunk. And then, well, that leaves. Well, actually, no, hold on. Have Arthur, because Arthur has heavy weapons, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. Um, he just has agility A. I was going to suggest maybe you could, if we're operating on the assumption that Martin is manning the main cannon on the Humvee, that theoretically Arthur could be like the commander's seat as like the top gunner for the turret, or not the turret, but like the machine gun. Just that way, if one blitz shows up, then he has something to do. If there's combat and he's manning the gunner seat of a tank rather than sitting in the back of a car.
Sure, I'll put them in there. So Arthur and Martin.
Yeah, and then Travis said he wanted to drive, right?
Yeah, I'm driving the tank.
All right. So basically, just those three
I
in the T-72, and then everybody else is driving everybody else is riding in the Humvee.
Yep, I got the feeling that that Travis is Lord and Master of the Lone Star, considering he he named
That
it.
fucking Lone Star's got the pride colors. Don't worry. We're
It's his
progressive in
baby.
Texas. Not like those dirty Yankees.
God. You know what? I've been sitting and thinking that eventually there will be an option for you guys to go back to the U.S. and I was already thinking, okay, where exactly do you want to go in the U.S.? Because it'd be like around like the the oceans, and Texas is an option. I don't know.
But it also depends. If we're going down near Mardi Gras, we're going to Nolens.
Yeah, there are a bunch of options, and
No,
given this party,
Yeah,
it'll
we're
be
gonna
the
get so many
Street.
crawdads, all of that. It'll be great to eat those
Well,
Rickies, right?
yeah.
well, I mean, I guess it depends on like what kind of boat and who's driving it, but
Yeah, but
I guess it's a discussion for later. Do we have to do any, if we're hitting the road now, do we have to do any kind of, rolls to drive and or navigate for the shift?
yes, indeedy.
All right.
Yep. So yeah, I'll need a. Okay, you know the destination, so you don't have to navigate. But
So
yes, I
it's
need a
driving
driving
rolls?
roll from our drivers, please.
Okay, we are on roads, which I think gives us a +2, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so, Gorham +2. Oh, shit, I accidentally did blind GM roll. I still have that on. Do you want me to re-roll it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Perfect. Oh wow, we basically got the same result for both of us. And hold the travel speed of the Humvee. I mean, I'll calculate fuel for the Humvee once we get to our destination. Well, actually, I should probably do it now in case we like somehow run out of fuel. But so this thing, would the Humvee have been topped off? Because I see it's at 53 out of 95, and I thought one of our vehicles, one or
Yeah.
all of our, it is topped
Yeah, being
off.
topped off.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's see. So
I just think it didn't get updated
So
because.
we're going on road, so travel speed is 9 hexes. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we are here. Move the Great Escape token here, please. Where I'm pinging.
Ping again, please. I'm sorry.
I'm still pinging. I don't want to move my cursor in case I lose my spot.
Yep. There we go.
So let's see.
All
So we
right.
got 1, 2, 3,
So
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we're right here. Well, that's where we are at the end of the first shift because the Humvee And well, the Humvee and the tank both have travel speed 9 on roads, so that's where we are. What shift is this? The morning? And now we're the afternoon?
Yes.
Okay, so hold on.
Okay,
Before we
so
go, well, hold on. I need to calculate the fuel. So, fuel consumption 3 times 9 hexes is 27. So, um, calculator, 95 minus 27 is we're down to 68. All right. So, do we, or another driving roll?
before you do that, so we're gonna drag set up the map correctly. The tokens are hidden. Yes. Okay. So you're gonna guys are gonna have an encounter. So all right, I
Oh,
need
there's still
a
a vehicle
recon
here.
roll.
Was that supposed to be there, or was that left over from the last time we used this map?
No, it's supposed to be there. I
Okay.
just reused the map just for simplicity's sake because it's a road encounter. But yeah, so I need a recon roll for the people keeping watch, please.
Guess that'd probably be Vincent if he's on the lead.
Definitely me. Does what is it? Scout apply for spotting others and avoiding ambushes?
Yes, indeed.
Nice.
I'm gonna push mine.
Nice.
All right.
Cool. All right. So, as you start coming down the stretch of road, what you see is that there is a wrecked out, like pickup truck on the side of the road, like bombed out specifically. And with your successes, because you both got 2, the way that this is kind of like put there, this was someone put this here intentionally. Like there was a truck here that they like,
Tipped over
you know,
and
So the
destroyed.
road is being blocked on purpose.
No,
well,
it's
is it
not being blocked.
Oh,
Like it's on the side of the road, but it doesn't look like it broke down there. It's like, you know, the truck may have been destroyed,
Oh.
but someone like pushed it into place, so it looks like, you know, to draw the eye of like, oh hey, there's something we
is
should investigate.
it
That's what you get.
That sounds like a trap.
well, that's because it is exactly what it is.
Yeah, that sounds
Can
like a
we
trappiest trap
now,
that ever trapped.
knowing that to most likely be the case, could the scouts get another recon roll to see if there's anybody lurking but nearby?
Yeah, that I'm checking the tree line at that point. Like, what the fuck?
Sure. There'll be a recon -2, and then modifiers will help with it.
Yeah, we'll scout apply.
Uh-huh. And I will. Let's see if they can.
I'm gonna push that.
Please. Oh, fuck.
What the? Vincent fails a recon roll.
Help us, Ray. You're our only hope.
Okay, I passed mine, I guess.
Did you? Oh, well, hold on. No, I see
rolled
the. Well, you rolled one earlier to figure out that it was like a trap, but we were doing a secondary one to see if we could spot whoever set it up.
Oh, okay.
That's the
another
one that
recon.
Vincent just did. Yeah, another recon. -2.
-2.
Sorry, I think my connection is screwed up. Sorry, it's recon -2.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. You don't really see anybody, unfortunately. Like you can see where people may have gone, but the tracks look older. Like you can't really get an eyeball if anyone is
Does it
waiting in the
look
trees.
like the truck, is there like an IED or anything nearby it? Like so a question I have, so the truck, is it on its side or is it like wheels on the ground?
It's wheels on the ground.
Okay.
The-
I know the token's sideways, but just the seeing that way compelled me to ask.
You're good.
I'm thinking we just drive around it in case it is rigged.
Right. Give it a
wide berth.
respectful. Yeah.
Okay, I need to double check something real fast. Because I will remind you to like push any action.
To what?
Mind sweeping is a thing in this system.
I'm sorry, you're lagging a lot. I'm catching like bits of what you're saying.
Minesweeping is a thing in this system.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Well, here's the thing though, and I learned this from an episode of I Shouldn't Be Alive, is that solid surfaces are very hard to mine, if not outright impossible. Like the dirt definitely is, but
Right.
So if we're talking about a mine or something in the road, I mean, probably what it would be is like you could. I think what you could do is like have a culvert, right, and like have a bomb
Right.
in the culvert, so there's like under the road itself. Or maybe if there was like a crater in the road that like got filled in with stuff.
Right. The potholes and craters and such are where it gets dangerous on a roadway.
Like this roadway doesn't show up, but there are like big like ruts in the road. So
Yeah, don't drive on any of those.
well, Gorham says she drums her fingers on the driver's seat. It's like, well, who's gonna minesweep?
it is a
What skill
tech
check
roll.
is it to minesweep?
Probably recon.
It is recon to spot it and then tech to disarm it.
Well, I can look for them, but I ain't gonna be much good with the tech.
I could do the tech roll. So what if we work together?
Sounds good to me.
And Gorham's just like, if you guys want, I could come with you as like, security.
Another pair of eyes never hurts, eh?
He smiles and, turns the key to turn off the car. I mean, before that though, obviously just gonna let, over the radio, like let Travis and Martin and everybody else in the tank just so you guys know what's going on and kind of keep your eyes peeled and keep the gun swiveling just in case anybody decides to come charging out at us while we're doing this.
Yep.
And
Okay,
then
well, let's take it easy then.
Gorham hops out of the trunk, pulls her shotgun out of the, from the side of the seat, unflips the stock, or unfolds the stock rather. So.
All right. You should be able to move your tokens. So which hex are you gonna move up to? You get it's right here is the. Here, I'll make
Right.
this drawing. I'll make it visible for you guys because you figured out the trap. Yes, this is the hex where you believe the explosive is.
Well,
the IED is.
not just that, but the thing is that they might have placed mines around it just to try to outsmart anybody who thinks they're being smart by driving around it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, we could potentially try to search multiple spots at the same time, but actually, no, we wouldn't be able to. Never mind. So, all right. Well, I guess start by going up to not going and standing right up to this, but maybe going to this hex and see if we can see it.
So just as a reminder, like I still cannot really load the map tiles. Like the thing Foundry just won't load it for me. I don't know why.
That's weird.
It's been going on like since the first game. I don't know.
Is it? Have you tried it with multiple browsers, or are you just on one browser?
I have tried with other browsers. I could try again, but
okay. I mean, if you want, I can share my screen so you can see what's going on.
I mean, I'm just saying, unless it's absolutely necessary, like I've been able to play without it.
Okay.
Just doing the rolls, but
okay. Well, I'm just saying I can stream the map for you if you want, or somebody else can, whichever. So, all right. Well, as I was saying, Gorham, she moves up to at least here, and waits for everybody else to follow her up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that was Ray. You said you were gonna
Yeah,
do that.
remember he
Yeah,
was...
I'm helping disarm.
Cool. So I'll move your token up for you. All right. Okay, so yeah, give me a recon roll. And this is, there are no penalties for it, just a flat roll, unless you have a combat engineer is the specialty for spotting them. For spotting and disarming, it's a two-toned thing.
I'm gonna push that. Please. Okay.
Okay. Yep. You do the little, not exactly the whole like, metal detector type thing, but yeah, you get the feeling that it is just one like big explosive.
Ooh.
In fact, I'll give this to you. It is a size B
Oh, fuck.
explosive. So 2d10 to like determine blast damage.
We're just
Well, if I
gonna...
can say anything about an explosive that big, and in this situation, it's probably not a mine. It's probably wired to a remote trigger, and someone's probably watching us.
Oh, that's not good, Gorms. As she starts looking around to see if... Because that begs the question, now that we're out of the vehicle and we're up closer to the mine, could we do another recon roll to see if we... that Vincent pointed that out?
Sure.
Okay.
Everyone, so Ray, Hillary, and Vincent, give me recon rolls at a -2. Then any specialties.
Alright. Well, is it still -2 if we're out of the vehicle?
Just -1 then.
Okay.
That makes sense. Okay.
Recon -1, but scout applies to this one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I got my thing working in Edge now, so
Alright. Perfect.
Awesome.
I would push.
somehow
Yeah.
Microsoft
Yeah, I'm
whatever Edge is
pushing.
working and not Fire.
Hey, big. That's 3 successes. Fuck yeah.
The
Nice.
strangest period of Microsoft Internet Explorer being good.
It had
Matt,
to die
That's an
and be reborn.
That's an unexpected one.
Well, with 3 successes, does he see anybody?
Yes, indeedy. So I'm assuming
Uh-oh.
you're doing like a look around, correct? Like just get like a 360.
Definitely.
Can I make a suggestion, Vincent?
Of course.
Back the fuck into cover before you say or do anything.
Aye.
And that goes for Ray
Yeah,
as well.
I don't know what size B is, but it sounds big.
Size B would be out to like here.
So it is B on like the main
Above
hex.
my
So this
pay
would
grade. Got
B,
it.
Oh,
C.
yeah, it would
and then
hit out to
D.
here. So if you get to this rock, you're fine.
Which rock? How out far?
Well, okay, so basically the center of the
Okay.
explosion is B, and then it goes C, D, and then by here and here, it has no effect.
Got it.
That's why I was saying get behind the
Okay,
rock, because then you're
that's
just out of range.
big.
Yeah. Blast A would get out to here.
Yep. So like that is the area of effect, like
Okay.
around it. I just
Okay.
I suck at drawing. I can't draw the ellipses correctly, so I'll delete that now.
Okay. So with those successes, does he see who could potentially be holding the detonator?
Well, with 3 successes, you'll kind of see the whole crew behind this thing.
The crew.
So,
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
so
Yeah, I'm just saying. Oh, they're in the bushes, not behind the rocks.
Is it just the
Oh, no,
two?
God.
Oh, there's 3.
I see 3.
Oh, 4. Oh, there's a guy right the fuck.
Oh, hey!
Oh, he's
Yeah,
in
you-
range in case he tries anything stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you basically almost
Everyone's in
stepped in this
range. What do
guy,
you
like
mean? I
tied
have
to the
range
dirt.
20.
There are 8 people currently surrounding you.
8. Oh. If that is that brought to my attention.
Quietly, yes.
Okay, Gorham is going to, and she's going to turn on her like, before ducking out of cover, turn on her helmet radio. So
Click that radio, yeah.
yeah, so basically all the crew in the tank, as well as I guess Kleber, can hear this. Gorham, looking around, says to the potential waylayers, she says, like, before you guys try to do something potentially drastic, stop and think this through. There are more of us than there are of you, and what's more, we have a tank. I am offering you my advocacy and out of character, I guess, amnesty, but that is a time limited offer. So let's just not get any, and she does like a detonator click with her hand. Let's not get any funny ideas, okay?
Oh boy. That is the GM.
Yeah.
Like I love the response, and I just randomly drew this encounter and I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Who the fuck are these people? Man, I
It-
was dead on with the manually detonated, though. I saw this shit and I was like, uh-oh.
If this was manually detonated, I think wouldn't this guy be in the or no, this guy would be in the blast radius. That stupid motherfucker.
that is partly the GM
Oh my god.
getting how big it is, but these are also just marauders. They're
Oh,
not like military dudes.
And also, I will say, Gorham, if Vincent pointed these out, Gorham says also to like, acting like she's like on stage, like looks over to the guy by the rocks. Sir, just so you know, you're in the blast radius. Just try to punk him and get him to come out of cover and scare him.
You might want to back up.
Yeah.
Your own explosive.
Yeah. You're in range of your own charge, dude.
I need to give this. I'm laughing at the situation. But yeah, okay. The encounter specifically says one of them has an RPG-16.
Yeah, that ain't gonna
really
do anything for them.
fuck your day up.
Oh, that's not gonna do anything to that T-72 though. Front armor of what is it? Fucking 9, and the RPG I think is 6 or 7.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, RPG 16. Yeah, that's oh god, that's even worse. It's 5 crit 3. Yeah, it's not even gonna penetrate.
But the Humvee might hurt. I don't know.
The Humvee, 1 point of damage would get through. That's it.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
fair
remember
enough.
you
I
Mad
underestimated
Max
the Humvee.
up armor
So-
the motherfucker.
Oh, right! I love this group.
You were saying something, Martin?
Yeah, can we pull up the T-72 then, just to emphasize
Yeah.
what we're saying, that we're not actually
Sure.
bullshitting?
Yeah, good idea.
Sure. So
Let's
so you-
remove the bluff from the equation.
pull off
Yeah.
that id. Do you like the way I organize the tokens?
In
So
terms
I
of
can
how
see
they're
them all?
Yeah, well, especially the guy who's in range of his own charge, but
Yeah, well, if anything, I'm just gonna like tap on the gunner, just get the turret pointed at that guy that's right by us.
well, actually, better yet, I mean, we have Arthur on the top like commander's hatch machine gun, so he could just turn on that guy, and then Martin could.
What he can do is if they start to shoot, just pop a grenade off and then close the hatch.
Aim it at the
It'll be like in the
explosives.
beast.
Aim the big gun at the explosives.
No, because if the
Oh
big gun
yeah,
was,
let's check to see who wins, a human or a Sabbath round.
Oh god, that is this is the epitome of
Ooh,
big
ooh,
stick
I know
block.
this one!
Okay.
well, anyway, Gorham did make her her offer to these people, and also pointed out the one guy who was in range to try to make him go, oh shit, and move.
Yeah, he's gonna you know,
Oh, well,
call
she sees
back
him
that
get up,
was
runs like,
wrong.
"Well, howdy there, partner," and waves to him, and does her like Hillary Duff pose, like hand on hip, and like swayed hips out to the sides, like, "Howdy there, partner." Just waves to him. Hold on, let me get a gif of what exactly Yeah, this is classic Gorham right here. This kind of pose.
I love it. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna. This will be if they're stupid or not.
Let's find out.
I mean, do you want me to do anything, or are they just gonna do like an equivalent of a see how stupid they are roll?
Well, I made it cuff for like the entire like this group, and they. So if they succeeded, they would have just stupidly run in, but they're not. They're not that stupid. They're marauders, but they value
Oh
they
boy,
value
they
their
actually
lives.
value their lives. What a great
Yep.
idea for them. I'm
Yep.
very proud of them.
At least we don't have the party members anymore who are like, oh, we're
We'll
gonna.
take you in the back of the woods and shoot you in the back of the head, you fucker. Like those kind of guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the marauder nearest to you guys, he'll like raises the hand. It's like I'm getting up. Don't shoot. Don't fire.
When Vincent spotted these guys, did he see which one had the detonator, or is it the guy who's getting up?
Yeah, the guy who's getting up.
Okay, Gorham sees that and says, "Set down the detonator, please."
Yep.
Slowly. Don't drop it.
Yep. So
I
he'll.
assume that thing has a safety, and if they're smart enough not to run into us, hopefully they
The
know how to use
imposters,
it.
you think they're gonna be able to build a safety?
Well, most detonators have you flip the thing up before you can press the button.
Yeah. The odds are that little flip up thing is gone.
Yeah. You see
You're not
that
wrong, but
like because of how close you are, you see like the detonator he is holding. It's basically the marauders are using like surplus like Soviet gear that they've like scrounged up, and this is a Soviet bomb. So yeah, Soviet
oh, so there's no
detonator. So
safety. Got it.
yeah, he
I
very
have a question.
carefully will sit on the ground. Oh, go
What's the
ahead,
question?
Megas.
Sorry, is the detonator, is it a wired detonator or is it like a wireless one? Like, is it a radio activated? Because if it's radio activated, maybe we could jam it somehow.
I mean, well, the guy Gorham told him to set it down, and he complied. So if he tried to,
Oh,
go
okay.
for it, then
Sorry,
he'd
never
just get
mind.
shot.
Yep. That's all good. It would probably be a wired one, and just kind of like as you're like looking closely, and I can see like the wire like leading to it. They didn't make any effort to hide it at all. These are not sophisticately trained.
I
kids.
had a feeling also when Vincent, I think it was Vincent who was bringing up like, what if he doesn't drop it? Then I had this clip. Like if he tried this, I mean, it wouldn't accomplish anything.
Put down gun.
So
Yeah. Just the dropping of it, just fucking shooting.
yeah.
I
So
love it.
okay, so he sets down the detonator. He stands up.
He has like the
And
hands, like
okay,
I'm.
all right. Do the rest of his compatriots also do the same thing, or do they still stay down?
Yeah, he'll yell and he'll say the jig is up, guys. Just drop the stuff, get up slowly, and
So
like as these guys are like standing up, you see that most of them are they're carrying like all of them are carrying hunting rifles except for this guy down here who has the RPG.
all right. Gorham says to the leader, well, she first of all, I mean, she introduces herself as Hillary Gorham. What's your name?
Thomas.
And she's like, well, pleasure to meet you. You know, I actually know a Thomas. Referring to, I think the guy back at the base. But she
The
says,
guy,
and
the guy who brought up the plot point of Children of the Apocalypse. Yeah.
yeah. So, and then this is the moment where Gorham basically goes full on like Chris Hansen questioning. It's like, so what was your plan today?
I think that's
Well,
a damn good question.
Like, what were you trying to achieve by doing this?
Well, if you want me to be very honest, we were gonna wait for someone to approach the truck to investigate, and then, you know, detonate the explosives and whatever survived the blast. We would
For what? Food or money? Fun?
This is your idea of fun, man. I worry
I'm
about you.
asking
Well, not
you.
his idea.
You're the
He's
one
asking
I'm
you.
confused about.
You know, just
You're the one doing it,
survival.
eh?
Well, Gorham's like, well,
If you're
let me
laying
ask.
a trap and they're no threat to you.
Yeah, well, let me ask you this. So, you are saying it was your plan for survival to loot whatever's left. There wouldn't, well, charge that big, there wouldn't be anything
That
left.
was my assumption.
Mhm.
Not to mention
Well,
that if the
Well,
person,
they're like us, they left the vehicle.
yeah, it was like if the unlucky,
talk over each other?
even though the so in our case, I'm guessing you saw that we had several vehicles, including a tank. Gorham says, gesturing over her shoulder to the huge goddamn tank behind her. Do you realize how badly that would have ended if you had done that?
Well,
By the way, you should get a bigger rocket launcher.
okay.
It's not good enough.
Don't give him an idea. Stop giving the marauders pointers.
Well, what we assumed was we
Sorry,
saw your vehicles
Pardon me.
approaching. No, you're good. Well, what we thought would happen is that you just drive up. We didn't expect you to, be searching the road.
We're smarter than the average bear.
Damn it, Astro.
The last bear that we encountered got his head split in half and is mounted on the front of our car, Gorham says as she gestured to the Humvee. I mean, because it is.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, but what we assumed would happen is that you'd pull up the vehicles and then we detonate and
And what'd you learn?
Gorham raised an eyebrow like, well, waiting for the answer.
I'm
There's
just
like a little
thinking
quack
of-
noise and she raises her eyebrow.
Yeah. My mind is suddenly I'm suddenly remembering like the old PSAs, like the crime doesn't pay type shit. And
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We need more men and more guns.
That we need to be, well, we need to stop being marauders for one, but can't really exactly do that,
Well, hold on. Why
World
not?
as it is, and
What are you, my dare teacher?
fucking Dare, the Dare program, I love it. Is that what the-
They learned their lesson really easily. I guess they weren't that motivated. Eh?
So,
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, Gorham asks, it's like, well, why the guy said something is like, we don't have a choice about being marauders. Like, what do you mean you don't have a choice?
Well, I don't know if you've heard, but the world is screwed, and man, the fucking flamethrowers torched the village.
Well, then why do
Last
you
month.
keep screwing it, eh?
Believe everything's
The whole banditry thing doesn't unscrew anything.
Well, it makes things better when you have more options, food, meds, and have to deal with fucking crew trying to.
You're lagging again. I'm having a hard time hearing you, but
There we go. Maybe to fix it. Why, internet? Why? Hate it.
I was gonna ask, well, I mean, you're still here. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, here.
Right.
Okay. So Gorham says, like, I've got two possible propositions for you. The first one is you have explosives, you have knowledge of explosives, maybe not necessarily comprehension of the blast radius. She says, like, momentarily glancing over the one guy. But I mean, you have weapons, including anti-vehicle weapons. Why not turn the tables on your oppressors? Or better yet, if you don't want to do so on your own, we are, I guess, the vanguard of a new faction of sorts, the Order of Peacekeepers, and gathering like-minded, disgruntled civilian forces, Poles, deserting Soviets, U.S. troops, so on, in the hopes that we can, one day make this country great again, and by extension, make the world great again.
Sorry. I had to throw up a little bit in my mouth.
Hey, well, no, don't worry. Gorham took the phrase before Trump ever happened. So,
Okay.
so she's actually using it sincerely.
Okay.
Yeah, in this
Year
universe,
is
it's canon
2000.
that
It's a better
when they
time.
when they dropped the bombs, they dropped it on Trump in his golden toilet tower. So he's no longer a problem. But-
Right, it's Toilet 2K.
Sorry for that. Just
No,
the
that's funny.
comment wasn't needed, but
I thought this was supposed to be grim fantasy.
That one took a second to click.
but yeah, when you make make your argument, you see like, oh, we never thought of it that way. And the lead guy, he'll say, well, what do you expect us to do?
Well,
Something else.
well, hold on. Gorham puts a hand on Vincent's shoulder and says, "Well, so in terms of what you can do, it's, I mean, if you want to, go, if you want to take a stand with other people, other like-minded people, and help, have backup and a better life, head to Suleuf, and there is a Polish army sergeant major there. Out of character, I don't remember her name, but Gorham gives her the name and says that tell her I sent you. And as a reminder, my name is Hillary Gorham. It is a pleasure to meet you. Quite a pleasure."
Sure, we appreciate it. Do you want the explosive?
Um,
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean,
Why not?
yeah. I mean, if you're willing to give it to us, sure.
Sure. So yeah, someone make a note that you have a B level like IED.
All right.
Like,
I'll mark it
blast thing.
in. Is there an ad hoc gear sheet? No, there fucking isn't. Actually, what we
I
can
guess
do.
we have an IED now.
Just tie it to the back of the Jeep.
No.
Through the road.
Bouncing up and down on the road.
And it just randomly goes
that's
off.
That's what you need to go redneck off-roading and going up on those hills.
Is it a plastic? You said plastic explosives?
Yeah, that'll be what it is. Like the
Okay,
equivalent, yeah.
So.
It's just B level. Make a note of that.
Okay.
B size.
All right, I'll put that in the vehicle sheet. All right, there we go. Okay, got that marked down. And Gorham says to to Thomas, she says, like, well, I mean, if you guys have a a vehicle, then feel free to take it and head on out. and you were. I mean, you're obviously all the people in the in Suleof are armed, so you should be within your rights to keep your weapons, especially if we're going to need all the weapons we can to get the Soviets out of this country, either peacefully or by force.
Hmm. Well, since we're working together, I might as well tell you. You need to, be careful. There are. I'll pull you to the map real fast.
To the world map.
Yep. And look at this name and try and pronounce it correctly.
Oh.
In Klugsborg, so a hex over, there are some really, really bad people over there, and it's not exactly who you'd think who would be the bad people in this situation. There's a big freaking compound of I think they're called the Who, not the band, the World Health Organization. They have a massive compound over there. I'm talking about like a couple thousand people.
Oh snap!
And well, it's not all like doctors and stuff. It's mainly they hire a bunch of people, but it's what they're doing that's really, really bad.
You said something about them using flamethrowers?
Uh-huh.
Is there some sort of plague there, or are they just assuming that everybody's sick?
That's our assumption. Like they literally they burned the village to the ground and then like put up like tents and stuff there. And it's not just there they've done it. It's been a couple different places that we've heard of.
Do you know if they, burned down the populace, or did they just quarantine them, or?
Well, they burn down houses, and if you don't get out of the house, then...
Oh, that's not very nice of them, Gorham says. A little more annoyed than usual.
Some fucked up doctors.
They have a
Eminent
degree in
domain has
evil.
gone too far.
Well, to be honest, with the collapse of society, I think eminent domain is like implied. Like you can't just like sue them for like burning down your house. There's no courts anymore.
You can sue them with an AK-47.
Okay, we're going with street vigilante justice, which always is in style.
Well, Gorham kind of thinks it over and says to Thomas, like, do you think, I mean, would you recommend that we steer clear of them, or would you want us to pay them a visit on the way there?
My recommendation, don't get within 10 paces of them. Because they're, people have asked, like, what should we be looking out for, like, disease-wise, and they're just immediately hostile. They don't tell us anything. They haven't told us anything about what they're trying to, like, prevent. So, I don't want to set foot near them. None of my men would set foot near them, and I would suggest you and your people stay away.
Good to know, Gorham says. I'm going to just go ahead and...
They wouldn't be looking for itching skin, would they?
Good question.
Do what? Can you repeat
Are they
that?
looking for people with itchy skin?
It's been a lot of things. Like, we've noticed that people have gotten sick, and it's, we've dealt with, pneumonia and a couple other things, but, like, from what we've noticed, like, when people do get sick, it's like a big, like, just up in the air what they get. Make me one of Make me a medical aid roll, please. Because I'm
Alright.
gonna assume that all of you are just like, you're in this thing. So yeah, I want the roll to be like, what can you? Because they will describe a bunch of things, and this is like, oh, can you put it together type stuff.
At least I was able to get it, but I take 1 stress damage. Sad.
Yep, it's all good. Okay, so let me.
Try with my 1d6.
It's all good. Okay, so you got the success, and I'll give you. There's quite a list, so I'll just give you the Cliff Notes version of it. So the symptoms that like Thomas and his marauder band have noticed, like at least from like their like homes and like their communities, um, people are getting like they have, like, cold and flu symptoms, so like headache, stuffy nose, that type of stuff. Skin irritation, headaches, body pain, uh,
Skin irritation.
and sometimes it's just itchy skin. But
I look to my group.
my my neighbor, Viklov, he got it really bad, kind of like a little kind of gross, but like kind of like oozing sores, like it's
Eee.
really bad, and like and it really hits kids worse because a few of us have kids, and this is a couple of the bad ones we've noticed for them. It causes like really like massive, well, not really massive, but like weight loss, like because they can't like eat or drink and can't keep anything down, so they're losing weight. And the biggest issue we had is it's dehydrating like kids very bad, and we have really no clue what this is.
And
And you're telling me is there's someone in there that knows?
yeah, I was about to say, does the World Health Organization actually know, or do they consider a more convenient solution to just kill people?
If they know, they aren't telling. Because we
Well,
tried to ask, but they,
yeah, well, I guess as a doctor, I gotta go talk.
Well, let me think. So that does beg the question that, Gorham kind of huddles everybody over for like a little bit of a private discussion because well, first of all, my question: are we under any kind of time constraint to get Caleb and Kleber back to the CIA bunker?
not really.
Okay.
I will say that I I didn't really plan for me to go after the Who yet, because I assumed you're just gonna go straight to the CIA bunker, but
That's
I
what I
haven't planned
assumed
anything
too, but
for
then these
them.
marauders fucking came up, so.
Yep. This was just a random encounter that, because I was like, oh, well, you may encounter something and planned, but you still go to the CIA
Well,
bunker.
let me offer this as a compromise. So, I'm just asking GM and players, like, what do you guys think about like going to the CIA bunker first, and then on our way home, paying a visit to the Who?
And they're burning down houses. I think we probably need to go check it out before they drop a bomb, like an outbreak.
Right. Well, I'm also concerned about the fact. Emily was saying like, oh, I didn't plan for this, and I don't want to.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
should
if
have planned for it, but
if you want to
sorry.
just,
I don't think this is our first thing to go to. I think we should go do the thing we're on right now.
yeah, because I was going to suggest that if you want to, like, we can pass this on under the agreement that you don't say like, oh, by the time you get there, it's a giant pile of ash.
Yeah, it won't be like that now.
Okay. So,
I promise.
all right. Well, then I guess it makes more sense to just go to the CIA bunker and then to the town. That's my vote.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Because Gorham definitely wants to go help those people. It's just that, again, like a little bit of IRL pragmatism first.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
Okay. Well.
But yeah, out of character, welcome to another story arc that I had planned, and I'm actually quite proud of myself for like the planning I did for it. Like, obviously, I should have had the map prepared, but Hopefully
Well,
you guys
I
will
mean, remember the
enjoy
the
the
map
new stuff.
tiles.
Yep.
You can whip together a map in probably a minute with the map tiles.
But
I mean, if you want to do that, but if not, that's fine. Or hell, you
I
could.
have a
Oh.
Sorry, I have a question. So the symptoms that the person described, would that I'm wondering, like, are our symptoms close enough to that we would make a connection?
I mean, Vincent tried to draw the connection to the dry skin. He was like, "Hey guys,
yeah, you
guys."
like when he mentioned that, it does seem that some of you are infected
Okay.
with, whatever this is.
And so, yeah, so we would be like, hey, we're having these symptoms. Does that?
Ah, shit.
Oh, we're effed.
Yeah, because that makes going to
So is
the.
So he said that it was especially dangerous for kids, but like, how fatal is it for adults?
It's less fatal for adults because, you have a better immune system. But with how everything has gone so far in like Poland for this year, a lot of people are just like sick and worn down, so it can be like if you don't get treatment, it will eventually kill you.
But I mean, is there any? What would the treatment be? Is there a known treatment?
That's the thing we're struggling with.
Okay.
Yeah. Besides just like you get the feeling that besides just like managing the symptoms, there is no like real like cure.
I
You
have
can
two
only like treat.
questions. Oh, sorry.
Shoot, I have 2 answers.
So, well, first one,
Possibly.
I sent you a question in DMs. I mean, I can set that up now if you want. The other question is, in terms of the issue of the who. I mean, because it's like, on one hand, like Gorham is
WHO.
kind of what?
WHO. That's
I
how
know.
you pronounce it.
Oh, well, Emily said it as who earlier, so I'm just
Oh,
saying that for
sorry.
convenience.
That's
And I know it's the
WHO.
World Health Organization, but basically the point is that if we take, if they're going like the final solution route from the sound of it, or damn close to ready to that point, I'm concerned that if we have 3-6 like if we have 3-6 people, because we have, I think it was Travis, Ray, and Vincent who were sick.
Yeah, we're showing
Then
symptoms.
they might turn hostile towards us. They're like, okay, we have more people we need to deal with. But at the same
That
time, they might be our only chance of getting
is
a
true.
cure.
It's more along the lines of like, I don't know what's effect with us, and if there's a community of medical professionals, that's probably our best lead to figure out what's happening.
I just thought of an idea. Do we not have, don't we have hazmat suits? I could have sworn we had like mop gear or whatever the hell it is, like hazmat suits at one point that we acquired.
Not sure.
Let me-
I'm don't
In that
remember.
case, who's going to wear them? The infected or the non-infected?
Well, what I was going to suggest is that, because Gorham, I was going to suggest Gorham and then whoever else would want to go in suits, just for safety. I want to see if like we could go to that town and and assuming they don't turn hostile, it doesn't even need to be a combat encounter. It can just be like an RP thing, and therefore not need a map. But we could just go there, talk to them, and then see what they know, and also see if they can possibly bring us a cure, and then maybe we can offer them a favor in exchange. Instead of bringing some sick people and some people who could potentially get sick back to our camp or back to our group. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Right.
I'm going to point out that so far these guys have sound really reasonable and open to discussion. They haven't.
Well, I mean, considering that
I'm
there
just
were a bunch,
pointing it out. That's all.
I know. Well, yeah, but that argument could be said for a whole bunch of people we've encountered. There were marauders who just tried to blow us up, and Gorham just talked them into being allies in about 10 minutes. So I have hope for the World Health Organization.
Okay.
So, and I mean, yeah, just hold on, let me just. Okay. Oh right, I was just gonna
And if
check.
not, we have a tank.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Hold on, let's see. Cargo. So we have.
I checked all of your like the containers where you've kept items, and you do not have any mop
What the
suit.
fuck? I thought we had a mop suit. Oh, hold on, wait. It might have been group loot. Was it? No, it was. We had like a party inventory icon of some kind. Like I know I saw it by name, but I don't know.
By the way, as a
Maybe
side
we
note,
missed it somewhere.
What's up?
and this is more for Emily. So the whole putting vodka in front of a Russian army, I actually got it from the SAS.
That
They
is...
during an operation where they were going to free the hostages, they basically gave the hostage takers 2 boats and like 50 crates of beer because they knew that those guys were going to drink all the beer.
I
And then
mean,
the next morning they didn't follow.
I mean that's why their motto is "Who dares wins."
Yeah.
That...
It was hilarious, and especially, of course, it's being told in the most how do you say it? A lower class English that you can possibly imagine. You know what I mean? They drink 50 crates of beer, you know what I mean?
The
that is...
microphone compression is really adding to this.
I'll
Oh, God.
send you the video, but it's fucking hilarious.
Please do, but
Okay.
yeah. Oh man.
You know what I mean?
Oh, also, one thing I want to
Yes,
mention real
we're...
quick before I forget, Gorham gives the Thomas a Chuck E. Cheese token. There. Anyway,
Cool.
Woo!
so I just want to forget that because
Okay.
every so often I do. So in terms of because that does beg the question. In terms of like sending one or a small group of people to go try to talk to the WHO and both get help for our afflicted as well as for the people in that town, like, would we have the option to do that as long as like I know you said like the map isn't ready to encounter stuff, but like as long as it's played as an RP encounter, would that be possible, or would you rather us just go to the CIA bunker?
For this session, I'd rather you just go to the CIA
Okay.
bunker.
All right.
So I am open for it to be like I do like your idea. It just
Okay, if you're not
another
ready for it,
session.
that's fine. I just wanted to raise that possibility.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Apologies. I know that's a really bad cop out, but
No,
Hey, we're working together.
It's also honest. Like,
Mhm.
look, dude, I didn't prep for this. Please don't go there.
This is collaborative storytelling. You
yeah,
have a you have a hand in it too.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, here he is. August
I'm
the
back.
25th.
I cannot believe that was an actual like thing that a military did. Just like group with alcohol and I imagine it was fairly successful. But yeah, something I'll also say just out of character when I was looking at like the WHO stuff like for the plot point, there's actually no flamethrower like weapon. So they have unobtainable weapons that they use to kill people with, which I found interesting. But
You could say they
yeah.
got so careless with burning down houses that they ran out of fuel.
Mhm.
Well,
And they don't
But
have.
yeah.
it's a good thing that you were thinking of basically cleansing because of an outbreak, because there's another military, well, it wasn't even a military, paramilitary unit that did things the same way, but
Lovely.
yeah.
that doesn't surprise me at
Not
all.
really. No, not really.
Okay.
What
So
were they
cool.
called? Wallenberger Brigade or something like that.
Mhm. But yeah, so you wrapped up this encounter with 0 bloodshed again. Huzzah!
Gorham way,
Because
the
we're
Kellenkenzo
awesome.
way. Yep.
Yep. And you got the big IED they were gonna blow you up with for future stuff. So yeah. Yeah, the marauders will exit stage left, and I will pull you back to the map of Poland. I love the little skull that someone drew on the
That was me.
board. Nice. Okay. So you are back on the road to CIA bunker.
Alright. So
Cue what's that song? I think it's Willie Nelson's song, the
no,
Can't Wait to Get Back on the Road Again.
cue a Gorham joke. She, during the car ride,
Please.
she's saying to Ray and Vince is like, did I ever tell you guys that I got kicked out of mime school before I joined the army, and they never told me why? Maybe it's something I said.
I... There's like 3 steps to understanding that joke. I think I'm just stupid for the record. But still.
Oh god, that's fucking funny.
And Marcia's like, well, I mean, it's just one of many instances. I mean, it's the whole reason I sympathize with batteries. Prior to joining the army, I wasn't included in anything either.
That joke killed me. Oh god. My apologies, I'm just giggling.
It's okay.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. So it's still the same shift because that took I'd say like an hour. But okay.
Well, hold on. Well, because we get to here by the end of the morning shift, so we go.
Yep.
Okay, if we're just going to loop around like this, so on 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it'd be cheaper quicker to go off road, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be off road. 6, 7, 8, 9. So we get to here by the end of the evening shift, or by the end of the afternoon shift. I'm sorry. So I'm going to move us to, I think it was here. Oh, let me just double check that. So we were there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And then so for cost of gas, let's see. So it'd be 8 hexes on road, so that's 24. And then 1 hex off road is 6, so that's 30. So we're down from 68 to 38 on the Humvee. Is the CIA bunker? Because the problem is, this is a giant fucking text thing, and it's like not even within one consistent hex. Like
Sorry.
which specific
This
hex is it?
hex.
Okay, this one. So I'll draw like a X marks the spot, I guess. So, all right. And then we go. Does this town fill up the entire hex, or can we just drive through like the outskirts of the outskirts of town?
Yeah. When you get to Simagorod, however you pronounce it, it is like deserted. There is
Oh.
really no one there.
Oh, we could potentially scrounge there.
Yes, indeedy.
You guys want to do that before we go to the bunker?
Find a awesome oriental carpet
No
or
reason not to, eh?
All right.
half a box of Twinkies.
So it's a survival roll.
That's a big Twinkie.
I like Twinkies, Gorham says.
And I shit you not, that is something you
always
can
start
find.
low. I always start low.
Survival.
Yep, and if you have the scrounger specialty.
I got
certainly do
BD.
not, but I have a decent survival.
Oh, shit.
Only one of us rolls?
Nope, I'll say the town is big enough that whoever wants to, you can do that. And then
I mean, I have AC. I'm not bad at it, but yeah, if someone
Alright.
else is better, feel free to
Oh,
take it.
that second roll was Gorham, and then that's nice.
all right.
So it's each success is a roll on the scrounging table.
Yes indeed. Does anyone else want
Oh,
to
awesome.
scrounge?
I think an important question is, does anybody need
What's
to be
the
keeping
roll?
watch?
Survival?
Yeah, it's survival. Does anybody need to be keeping watch during this time, or is it just kind of a freebie?
A freebie.
Okay.
You're, it's desolate and you're safe. This is pushable if anyone wants to push their
All right.
things.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and push that D6. Oh, then there you go.
Nice.
Hey.
So whoever has the D12 and D8, you can also push, and then the D12 you can push. If you would like. You don't have to.
I think the D8, the D12 D8 was Vincent.
That was mine, yeah.
Yep.
You know what? Yeah, I should push it. You right. Come on.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right.
Nice.
One extra roll.
Nice job, Ray.
Nice. So that is
1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rolls, I think. Yeah, let's see. 1.
Cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
91.
91 is you found a video game console.
Yo!
Oh,
the
shit.
PSP?
Fun.
Well, no. So okay. So in lore, the war happened at like 2000, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's
Okay,
an
so like it would
N64
be like
PlayStation.
a Genesis or like a PS1 or a Nintendo 64 or something. I
Oh
think.
fuck! No, this is Europe. It's got to be like a Genesis, right?
Well, PlayStation was always big in Europe, so I think it would be a PS1 or an N64 would be my guess.
Okay, if it's a PS1, we've got to look for Final Fantasy VII or Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Dude,
Like the
Metal
CIA
Gear
bunker, we're
Solid
playing
would go
video games.
crazy.
Okay, so
you remember
I
that
come
one
bearing
VHS
pizza and
guy?
Mountain Dew.
There was that one DHS guy who converted his like room using Homeland Security funds to just like be the bridge from Star Trek.
I love it. Okay,
That
so that
sounds
was
sick
a
as fuck.
you said a PlayStation
1.
or a PlayStation 1 or a
Let's go.
N64. So I'll roll a D2. One is PS1, 2 is
Okay, I just found
N64.
out the most important information.
It's a PS1.
Release date of Super Smash Brothers in Europe, November 19, 1999.
Fuck, it's too late.
1991.
99.
Oh.
So it was
That's
a
how we'll solve the war. We'll
PS1.
just
We fucked up.
Smash Bros is on the table.
Oh, hold on. So where's it? Where's
Oh,
it?
no, we
hold
don't
on.
have an N64. We got a PlayStation.
Oh. Oh. Whatever shall we do?
We could trade it for
And-
a PlayStation 1.
Okay, so funnily
Unlimited.
enough, Like, in the grounding table, it doesn't even say that it's functional. It just gives you an electronic part, but I find it fucking hilarious. You find a functional one
I will make it
that
my mission in life to
Let's
repair this
go.
thing.
Oh, dude, we're so gaming. Fuck it.
This is my new like character main goal.
Yeah.
Change your big dream to get this fucking PS1 working.
Play video games in this hell.
And
All right.
I'm here
well,
for it.
your bunker does have electricity and outlets, so
God. Well, we're never going to be able to get Ray to go on missions again because he's just going to be playing video games.
Yeah, while the WH is
One more
burning villages.
level.
Okay, Metal Gear Solid was 98, so it's too late.
Yeah, so the PS1 was released in Europe in '95, so there definitely
Yeah.
would be a bunch.
There will be a bunch, but we have to like the cutoff is like 1997, right?
Well, what do you mean '97?
That's when the war really starts again, if I recall.
Oh, and also this is Poland, so who even knows? I mean, maybe they probably would have had it smuggled across the Iron Curtain. Right?
It's East
So
Europe. There's a huge counterfeit operation, so we're gonna get like bootleg, like weird games.
Fun Station 1.
No, I swear
Smack
this guy
siblings.
at the start of this video, this is going to be fucking Ray. I was like, hey Ray, time to go on a mission. He's just sitting in his man cave playing video games, like 3 video games at once.
Tomb Raider 1 and 2 are definitely exist, so we got that.
you know what's fucking funny now?
What did we
Your
get?
next scavenging roll, you've had a TV set. It's
Will
it's
of
it's
the Force
broken.
Stumbled upon some man cave in a basement.
Basically, it is
It's man
broken, so
bunker,
it
thank
will have
you.
to be repaired, but you can repair it.
I'm adding this to ad hoc
Man
in the.
bunker. Sorry.
I'm adding these ad hoc to the Humvee. I mean, what are we going to find like an unopened bag of Doritos next?
I'm more worried about the jar with the pony in it.
God.
No, we need to find
Okay,
Poland's strategic
here's-
Mountain Dew reserves.
Here's the third one. You find an electric guitar. What the fuck?
Strategic Mountain Dew.
The Fountain of Dew. The mystical Fountain of Dew in Poland.
Oh god. So your third item you found
It's
is
like the
a
Fountain of Youth,
electric
except
guitar.
it messes up your hormones, so you would never actually age.
you found an
It
electric
gives you
guitar.
horrible acne,
Yeah,
and you can't grow any facial
Oh,
hair
God.
more than.
It's kind of like being young
half.
forever.
Oh boy, I'm dying laughing from this shit.
Hey, Medic Cocker Red Alert.
Permanent
Some PSX.
essence.
Okay, so here's the fourth one. Pair of binoculars.
Oh,
Nice.
are those functional?
Yes.
Okay, I'll add those to our Humvee. Okay, what's the fourth? Or actually the fifth rather.
You find a coloring book for kids. I will
Dibs.
actually re-roll that because that's. Oh, sure, you can have the coloring book.
Gorham just swipes
I
that
wi-
shit at the speed of light.
And you do find a packet of I was about to say crowns, but crayons too.
Oh shit, do we have any Marines? Keep
Crayons.
them away from the Marines.
Marines will have to come through me.
Oh,
Okay, there's a fifth.
we
Well,
got
it's a-
lunch.
52. Roll me a d6 because you found d6 packs of instant noodles.
Man, this man cave really was stocked.
So, yeah, someone roll me a d6, please.
I'll do it.
For how many? It's domestic food is the
Alright.
rations. So, 1, 2,
2. I'll add
3,
that to
4,
our.
5, 6.
Just need one more.
Yep. Oh man, that's oh god. This is fun.
50.
Infant formula. I'll
Oh, I see.
here. I'll roll one more
The man
time
cave
and
was stuck.
see what the other
I'm getting a phone call.
thing
Sorry.
is. So you can choose. You can either get infant formula or an iron pipe. Which do you
Infant
want?
formula.
Cool. Roll me a d6 because it's
But we can
d6
kill people
rations.
with an iron pipe.
We can kill people with guns.
Okay. Someone roll me a d6 for how
Alright,
many
I did the last one.
rations. And these are field rations, so is what infant formula goes to.
They count as
4
field
field
rations?
rations. Yes.
Okay, I'll put those in the tragic school bus. Where field rations? So 4 of them, so we're from 18 to 22. Okay.
God, I've been laughing so much I haven't kept track of what you guys found.
We got the because I was making notes of this, so we got the fucking the game sphere one. We got the TV. We basically just looted like a nerd's man cave. We got the coloring book in crayons, which Gorham swiped. The infant formula, binoculars, the whatchamacallit, where's
Oh, the
where's
2 packs of instant noodles. Domestic rations.
Oh, those.
There we
Okay,
go.
yeah. So that's a whole other rations, the coloring book, the actually I need fuck,
Would
where's
instant noodles be domestic rations though?
I
Or
don't
would those
know.
be more field rations?
Field I mean
'Cause in
field
the book
rations are
it's
field rations are something in my mind,
domestic.
something that's like sealed and non-perishable.
Hmm.
Whereas like something that would expire easily would be a domestic. That's just the way I look at it. Hold on,
Yep.
Humvee. Oh, the
It's
guitar.
only
That was the last thing we got.
Yep.
And also, I realized I knew I had seen some like protective gear because Gorham has a fucking protective mask and rain gear on her sheet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think a couple of you guys have masks, but not like full. You don't have the full suits.
Right. Well, anything airborne, I'm safe from.
Yep. Like the fun thing about this table is I'm kind of sad you didn't roll it. Is if you roll 98, 99, or
I'll return.
100, you get additional.
Yeah.
You get more rolls. And I actually did that one time when I was playing this, and I think by the end of it, we rolled like 5 or 6 times just from like 2 successes. So it's like shit. But yeah,
Hold on a
they're
sec. Hold on. We theoretically could because I only see survival rules from Marty, Gorham, whoever did the D12, D8, which I think was Vincent and Ray. So Rhonda, you didn't actually roll. We could potentially get another roll.
Oh, and Arthur didn't roll either.
Oh, okay, then he can
No.
roll too. That's even better.
Yep, so it's a survival.
-1. Nope.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
None.
No dice, unfortunately.
Yeah, well.
But
Can any of the NPCs with us roll? Does like Claver have it? I mean, he's the only one really, so.
What are we trying to roll for?
Well,
So hard.
yeah,
Is it
because I
something
realized not
More
specific?
everybody.
shit.
Yeah, more shit. Exactly.
I mean, fair enough.
Does Claver have survival?
sure.
Or even just a
He
good int?
does.
All right, we'll have him roll.
What number do we have to roll to get Mountain Dew?
Oh, no.
Is that on the table?
We find a
Unfortunately,
map.
no.
It better
Fine.
be
look for, like,
69.
we gotta look for like whatever is like communist counterfeit Cheetos.
No, what we find instead of Mountain Dew is a.
Comrados.
No, those are off-brand Cheerios.
I'll push that
Yeah.
because important
Okay,
NPC.
2
2 more
success.
rolls
All right.
flavor. If you would like to use one of your rolls to find, snacks, I will allow you to do that. I'll give you a D10 of domestic food.
Sure.
Cool. So someone roll a D10 for.
Rombo was your idea, so have at it.
combination of Doritos and or Mountain Dew.
I think it was his idea. 5, that's pretty good.
So that's a lot. We each got a canister of that stuff.
Yep. So here is. So one more roll. 93 is a Walkman with headphones and cassette.
I'm taking that.
Alright.
Oh boy. And it is up to you about what cassette is on the thing. Oh, I'll let Caleb roll his as well because he is a decent one.
No, he's not coming out. He's evil and he's a prisoner and he's in the trunk of a car. So, I mean, no, don't let him out because he's going to try to make a run for it. I mean, predictably, presumably.
Yep. All right.
Oh, hold on. Did we add we had 5 domestic rations?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm just
And
going to eat
then
hers now for the sake of the eat and drink once a shift. So I'm going to subtract a thing of food and then one of my water.
Cool. Yeah. Now everyone can go ahead and eat and drink for this.
Okay. I'll just don't subtract any of your water. Just eat the chips, and then I'll subtract clean water from the Humvee. So we have 5 people, so we're down from 18 to 13 water, and then just scarf down the Doritos and from the man cave, and then we're good.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of canon now that you found like a.
We found Polish Mikey's mom's basement.
How many domestic rations was that to add?
5 total. We had 5 total, which was divvied up 1 per player who's here. So
yeah, you can just
basically,
eat
if you just eat them now, and I subtracted the water,
that's
so
just what I'll do.
we're nourished. Fucking gamer snacks.
This whole scene was amazing. Just saying, I love it.
Sure
Just
was something.
Yep.
Just the type of stuff that you guys found is astounding. Okay, so do you want to make camp in this area for tonight, or do you just want to go into the bunker for you're currently in the 6 p.m. to midnight shift. So evening.
Well, I would say inside the bunker is probably the safest.
Yeah. I mean, natural
Outside-
shelter there.
Exactly.
Although, depending on, I mean, on one hand, Klaber vouched for these guys, and he seems pretty chill. And obviously, if we were supposed to bring somebody as who went rogue there, I'm guessing they're probably good. But at the same time, something out of character that I'm just considering is, I don't know if I'd necessarily feel comfortable like sleeping, like everybody sleeping in a bunker with complete strangers. But that's just me.
You had to say it, didn't you?
If we spot lots of abandoned boots by the bunker, we won't stay there because we'll know they're cannibals.
Boy. That's funny.
Oh my god. I just
Soylent Green, bro. That's the CIA's been working on.
I swear to god.
CIA doesn't want to go eat irradiated animals when you can just eat people.
No, basically cannibals. Like, it's like we roll up in the bunker and then we see somebody greeting here, like that's just an automatic red flag to get the hell out.
Soylent Green, the taste varies from person to person.
Oh my god.
That's it. Hey, I made that joke with Gorham actually. Like, remember I told you that, remember? She was
Oh yeah.
the scene where it's in the project I'm working on where she's like, she's saying like, I've never tasted human, but I hear the taste varies from person to person.
I think that was also. I think that was also a joke on Futurama.
Was it?
That they made that joke. I think.
Soylent Green is people.
Sorry. Okay. Um.
One of my coworkers is absolutely. He's a fan of older movies, and he gave me that. Well, he didn't give it to me, but he borrowed me that movie, and I'm just like, okay, this is weird. This is weird, and this is getting even weirder.
He's trying to tell you
He's
something.
like, what the fuck? And that there's currently a company that is indeed called Soylent Green.
Yeah,
you're
it's
talking
like
about
a.
that tech girl company where it's you drink the meal, right? Soylent.
Yep.
Yep.
I had someone do that, and he just didn't like it.
Well, again,
I also think it's
it takes from
like.
person to person.
I think it's plant. I think it's
I
plant
mean,
based.
yeah, it's soy
Soylent.
based.
You
Supposed to be like
think
for
it's
Yeah.
plant based, but what is it really?
Exactly.
It's for people that do not like cooking. That's it. If you don't like cooking and you think
Mm.
like eating takes too long, you try that shit. It's for programmers that like want to maximize their use time.
What the fuck is
Oh, yeah, Soylent Green does pop up in Futurama, where they're it's like a cook-off between
I
Elazar
remember
and
that. I
Bender.
remember that episode, yeah.
Yeah, no. The real secret ingredient was LSD.
Exactly.
You guys haven't seen the episode of Star Trek?
Oh.
I've never really watched Star Trek, so no.
Oh my
Fun.
god.
I
So-
love the variety of responses.
So are
Wait,
we?
I need to see if I need to see if this episode in universe already occurred before the Armageddon.
Oh, you're talking about like, gosh, it's DS9 right now, right? Because Voyager starts when?
Well, so Voyager starts in like
1995. Oh
2001.
no, it started in 1995.
Oh, really?
So,
Oh, I might be thinking of right because Enterprise was
fucking
after
knows?
2000. That's right. Okay, yeah. So this TNG episode was definitely before then.
Anyway,
I love it.
do you guys want to set up camp here?
I
Or?
think Ray and I are just going to be bitching about Neelix.
I love it. But yeah, you can use survival roll to make camp in Zemagorod, please.
We I think
Or-
get a boost to that from like the camping gear we have.
Yep.
All my
Plus
homies
one.
hate Kess.
Well, what's
Oh
so-
shit! Voyager at least ended when the war started with them introducing 7 of 9 at least.
Tent gives a plus 1 to survival. See, I think we already have like sleeping bags or something.
Yep.
Okay, so does that give it another plus 1? I'm just trying to figure that out.
I think the bonus from sleeping bags only applies if you're just
No,
sleeping on the ground.
No, it's just for stamina against cold anyway. Or actually, no,
Mm.
it's just a blanket. The sleeping bag is for sleeping on bare ground. Okay, yeah, well in that case we got 3 small tents, so the question is, does that give plus 3 or just plus 1?
Just plus 1.
Okay, so who's rolling the survival then? Because Gorham has, I think,
My survival
BD.
is AC.
Okay. AC, does
I
anybody
will
have
roll
higher
it
than
if
that?
no one has anything better.
I mean, I'll assist you, give you a plus 1. So you would actually be
Got
at
it.
A,
I'll take
because
it.
the tent and then me.
Oh, the tent gives a plus 1 as well?
Yeah,
Awesome. There we go. D12, D12.
perfect.
And I'll push it for fun. Or do I? Is that something worth
no,
pushing at all?
No, because the thing
really.
is, what
No,
you
you got
would
it.
want to push is for recon for hiding the camp.
Oh, so
Yep.
true.
And I would only say push if you hadn't got the successes to make camp, because otherwise it'd be a
Right.
can't miss
More
happen.
successes doesn't matter for this.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
you just want to succeed.
Yep. I was just looking at the can't mishap table, but we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I need a recon roll from someone to hide the camp.
I think it's included
Cool.
in the setup of the camp, so that would just be Vincent again. Which, if
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Right.
assisting you, you get
I
another
don't
+1.
think Scouter fatigues apply. Okay, if I get the +1 from that, then it's also D12, D12.
I think it's just
That-
quartermaster that applies
Yeah,
to making
that
camp.
much you would want to push.
Yeah, that's worth pushing.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So they'd have to beat
Good
3 successes
result.
to find our camp.
Nice.
Indeed.
Okay. Does anyone want to hunt? You can't fish because there's not a river, but you can hunt or like scrounge for food. The stuff you can do.
I'll go
on the-
hunting. I have a bow.
I mean, you can hunt with
You do
anything,
indeed.
really. But I
Yeah,
mean, if you want
we
to
could use that
In
lead
which
pipe.
case, I'll use the bow because it's the cheapest thing to do.
Well, no, here's the thing. I'll also go with you because the thing is, there's a certain animal, I think it's grouse, that can only be hunted with a shotgun.
Yep.
So, like,
Oh.
after
Well,
setting
yeah,
up...
if we stumble on that, then we'll do that.
well, I mean, is that something that we both can do if we were setting up the camp? Does that take the whole shift, or just, like, half of the shift?
It would take half the shift.
True.
Okay.
It would take half. I think it's fair. But yeah. It is a survival to find something to hunt. If you want to do that.
I will do that.
Which, I mean, you've got me with you, so assisting you.
Right. So +1.
Jesus.
Hey.
Oh, wait, Emily, doesn't that
That's-
mean that if you got multiple successes, does that mean you've rolled multiple times, you choose which animal you want to hunt?
Yes.
Fuck
Alright, well,
yeah.
you get 3 rolls to see what you can catch.
All right. So I will roll.
Fucking awesome.
So one. The first one is a deer. Second is a
Rangers cross for
boar.
6. Nope.
Grouse.
Yeah,
Well,
deer,
I'm
I
gonna
think
go for the deer.
So a
Yeah.
deer, a boar, a
That's
grouse.
big. Deer.
You know,
boars
like,
give you
that
more
could
meat.
be massive.
Yeah,
Like,
but a
wild
boar
boars.
is a bitch to
You get
take
more.
down. I'll take opinions. Boar or deer? We think.
Well, our deer, I mean, I'm not going to ask for exact stats, but I mean, our deer have lower health, do they have lower health than boars?
I mean,
Let me
my
check.
assumption is that a deer is a lot easier to take down than a boar.
Well, that's what I'm
I mean,
asking.
it's
is
Based
like
on
more-
reality.
Well, yeah, it's like more standing up, right? A boar is like lower to the ground and in the bushes and shit, probably.
Boars are
Where's the fucking
scary.
table?
They're pests.
And also they have an attitude of, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me, not a, oh my god, I'm bleeding.
How much damage does that bow do?
I mean, didn't a boar take out the king in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, yeah. The
It also killed a bow.
The hunting bow has a base damage of 1 with a crit of 2.
The problem is, I think you need to actually exceed the like either get a crit or exceed the wound threshold.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
this is just my lack
So
of knowledge
hit
on the
capacity wise,
mechanics.
yeah. A deer has 2 HP and a boar has 3.
I can
But
fucking
yeah, it is
one-shot
if you
that
do a
boar.
crit, it'll bring it down.
Yeah.
Let's just get the boar
May as well
because I
just
can
go for the
fucking blow
boar.
it away
I'll
with my
pull out the
shotgun.
rifle. Shotgun?
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about? I have a 50 cal.
God, do you really want to
Why
waste a
bother
50
with a
cal bullet on a boar?
Yeah,
Why-
I
what-
have a
Well-
lot.
Have
Well-
you tasted bacon?
I
Well,
have 74 bullets.
I have
And we have a
191.
50 cal machine gun.
I have 191 just of loose rounds, and then I've got 60 more in magazines.
I mean, it's up to you.
I'll do it. I haven't
I mean,
fired
what's
my
the base
shotgun in
damage of
forever.
the shotgun?
3. It'd be exactly enough to kill it.
Oh, then. I mean, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, so I need a recon roll. How close do you want to get to it?
Within 4 hexes, because that's my range.
Shotgun range.
Okay. I need a recon -2, please.
Okay.
From Gorham or me or both or
Whichever wants to make the roll.
Alright. If I have fatigues...
fatigues should apply to this, right?
Yeah, so that would bring me
Staying
up to
undetected.
AB, and if Vincent is helping me, does that bring me to AA?
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
Now,
Okay.
is it just because I don't think I've ever really hunted before. I know I've spectated it, but is it a case of where I just need to succeed the roll, or is it an opposed roll?
Just a straight roll.
Okay.
Especially since none of the animals are statted correctly, so
Oh,
it's
there
just...
you go. Okay, so I sneak up on it, take aim with my shotgun.
Gonna blast a motherfucker's brains on the ground.
You don't say!
No
You got
shit, Sherlock.
slugs loaded in that thing?
But yeah, make me an attack roll. God damn it, Rob.
Oh. And Vincent's
Yeah,
over here watching his.
God, he's so dead.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
I clap.
you blast that fucker's brains all over the forest floor. So yeah, roll 2d6 for rations. What'd you get from it?
/ R2d6. So that's 7?
14.
Oh, 14. Okay. So
Yeah,
Gorham,
it's
after she
2d6 times 2.
blows
Just
the
the
smoke off of
rations.
her shotgun, no indoor voice. That bacon's on the menu tonight, Penny. Thrusts her shotgun in the air in triumph. Stands over, like 1 foot on the dead pig, and just like holds her shotgun up in the air, her fist in the air. Triumph.
Spectacular.
Shaking her fists skyward. Alright, so I'm gonna just subtract 1 loose round from my thing and then replenish the magazine, the shot that I fired.
Oh boy, that's funny. Oh boy. The spirit of the Reynolds clan is speaking through me right now, apparently. But yeah, you get 14 rations of food that needs to be cooked. Or unless you want to do the fun little, food poisoning.
No thanks.
Fun time.
Yeah, my experience with convenience store sushi has taught me well enough that is not a game to play.
God.
I was joking.
Okay, so
I was
we're
down
getting
for a week.
so hold on, 7. You said it was 14 rations of bacon to be.
Yes.
All right. So, well, I'll just drag the pig back to camp and, like, just nonchalantly toss his body down near the fire, and she's like, "Look what I caught." I almost forgot what my shotgun sounded like because I haven't fired it in so long.
No. I think the last time you fired it was when you exploded Chuck E. Cheese's uncle against the wall of the bunker.
Uncle Cheddar.
No. Oh no. Don't remind me.
Well, just don't startle Gorham and you'll never have a reason to.
Yeah. I remember the first time you fired it, you were sneaking up and then a guy came around the corner and you blew his head off.
Yeah, and I shot him in the face, point blank range, and then a rat startled me and I shot it and killed it.
Your startle response.
That's the thing that happens.
You never startle Gorham when she has a gun in her hands.
Never startle Gorham.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, cool.
I will
So
add the
it is a
domestic
survival
rations.
roll to survival roll to cook the food.
It's the Humvee. Domestic. Is it just like one roll and that cooks the whole batch?
Yeah.
Okay. We also have 2 spare, like in the Humvee, 2 domestic rations, so we're at 16 total. So somebody could cook all that in one go.
Yep. We can deal with that later, so we don't interrupt the flow of gameplay anymore. But yeah, you hunt successfully. You get the boar. You make boar bacon, which is probably very gamey, and I don't know. I've never had boar, but I've heard it's very gamey. But yeah. Is there anything else anyone would like to do before you all, rest and sleep for the thing?
Do I have tools to work on repairing the game console, or are those all back at base?
I believe. Yeah, you have the stuff because I believe they're in the vehicle. There's a
I have a
tool
point
set.
of tech, so I'm assisting. So up it.
Okay, I will start working on that to try to repair that.
Okay.
I
We
get a
also need to.
+1.
Okay. What is the best PlayStation fucking hockey game at that from '95 to the '70s?
I will let you tell me because I don't know.
I'm looking through here right now.
Yeah, because if you succeed, you'll find the game disc in the console. Yep.
Oh, it's NHL '97, so at least we'll get the roster for that year.
Yeah, you found a hockey game. Yes, NHL is hockey. So yeah, you have a functional PS1 with one game. That's gonna be a fucking side quest to find a fucking video game store now. I can taste it.
Yeah, we gotta just look for the Soviet equivalent of Bunko Land.
Well, what Gorham is looking forward to is, eventually finding like a Polish Chuck E. Cheese, and who knows, maybe they have video games there, like in the prize section. If left to her own devices, she'd win
Tetris. It's
everything in
only
that.
Tetris.
Or no, Pong is a different console. I will not make that comment.
Pong is Western degeneracy.
Oh god, excuse me.
Hey, does your skin itch?
Currently, no.
Maybe you
All
should
right,
speak to
so
the Who.
okay, you repaired the PS1. The TV set you found is still broken but can be repaired. Um, so that is Megas and Aramba who did that. Martin, are you doing anything, or are you just like keeping watch in the camper? What are you doing?
So I'm up. I'm up, and I'm keeping watch.
All right. Okay. So yeah, the night.
So that the rest of the buddies can sleep, because sleep is a weapon.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, you pass the night safely, and so midnight, and now it's dawn of. Oh, I have to move the day. There we go. It is now May the 4th.
Star Wars
You're
Day.
welcome. Yep.
Star
But yeah,
Wars! Star Wars!
Memorial Day.
but yeah, you wake up on May the 4th. It's 6 a.m. and what do you want to do now?
I guess after usual sort of morning routine, hygiene-wise and such, probably just get back on the road and head to the bunker.
All right. So let me. All right. So you arrive at the bunker. Kleber will put like a passcode to get into the bunker, and I will now. Yeah, it's the entire party. Well, pull you all to the CIA bunker. All right, so you are led down into this, it's a bunker, and very
Sure
like
is.
sterile, very like sterile, like uh something. My brain's dying, but it's a bunker. It's definitely a bunker, and you know entranceway, and then when you step through this door, first you see a couple. There are a couple people in like hazmat suits, like standing there, and they kind of like wave you through, and like before you go deeper into the complex, you'll have to decontamination. So it's like one of those like decon rooms that you have to walk through.
Like in clothes and armor, or because I know
No,
sometimes
they'd
it
probably
varies.
they'd have you down to like
We getting hazmated up?
well,
We're
not
getting
hazmat,
hosed,
just
people.
like undershirts, like underwear, that type of thing, and
Okay.
then they'll give you clean clothes.
Armor off.
Yeah, they just want you to keep your
I mean, they'll decontaminate our armor, right, and our weapons, and then we can put it back on.
yes.
Okay.
Yep. So
Based on something I described a while ago, Gorham, I mean, she definitely, glows with pride, not with radiation, over, flaunting her figure in the shower, almost like posing like a model into the decontamination, probably to the confusion of the people down there. But
yeah, you're getting weird looks, but they aren't saying anything.
No.
Oh boy. All right, so you're decontaminated, and you're able to step through. Just like a couple guards.
Oh, and also, oh yeah, perfect joke. So, Gorham actually says, while showering, getting decontaminated, she says, singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth, and then it's a soap opera.
God damn it.
Magnus, his eyes close and just slowly shakes his head.
Oh man. Boy,
He mumbles
that's
something along the lines of, "Even my dad didn't make dad jokes this bad."
And she's, says like, hey, a joke becomes a dad joke once it's apparent.
Fuck, that's God.
And she says, besides, I love telling my dad jokes. Sometimes he laughs.
That's sad. Oh boy.
I wonder how
Yes.
long I'll keep my sanity.
I
with
thought
this group.
Stu's jokes were bad.
Ray, let's look for an outlet to plug in the PlayStation. Play some
Okay.
We
After
need to
you
de-stress with some video games.
Okay, so after you decontamination and all that, so you're escorted in. You're actually escorted like along the edges or like catwalk. And as you like walk through, beneath your feet, there are massive like tanks and stuff, and these are chemical weapons. Basically, this is a chemical weapon like silo.
Gorham looks
Just what
over
this
to
looks
to Klaber, yeah, we have Kayla. She looks over to Klaber, is like, those aren't
Vincent
active,
looks
are
at
they?
Gorham.
Like, yeah, she looks at Vincent, like, just confused, worried that Vincent, and looks to Klaber's like, those aren't
Isn't
active,
this
are they?
the anti-people dying organization?
uh, I better just let the boss explain what this is.
No, please, tell me now. Tell us
Um,
now. Please.
Yeah, there's like a, like overhead, like person working there. Technician, there we go. My brain is dying and words have no meaning. Okay,
Oh my god.
so you're escorted up here. Here you see there's several people like manning like command consoles and stuff. Okay. One person who looks like they're in charge, she'll come out and she'll say, Agent Kleber, I take it this is, the group you told me about. Yeah, this is them. Ma'am, you have a lot of things to explain. Of course. Well, first off, I'll extend my, welcome to our little, command center. I am Agent, I had a name in the notes, but can't find. I suck at GMing names.
Hendrix? I just thought of that right
Yeah.
away.
Hendrix, yep. I am Agent Hendrix. Who are all of you?
Gorham just introduces herself, all jovially as Sergeant Hillary Gorham. Pleasure to be meeting you. Quite a pleasure.
I'm sure it is.
Damn. Okay.
Well,
And
yeah, it is. Oh boy,
I mean,
my
I
brain's
guess if
dying.
nobody
So
else,
it is a pleasure to meet me.
yeah, well, I
Yes.
mean, she, if nobody else speaks up, I guess she just goes around and introduces her friends, and then also says, oh, and this is, oh, why don't you tell them yourself? Or tell her yourself, rather.
Vincent.
No, I was talking about Caleb. Like
Oh.
Gorham stepped aside so he could, face
My bad.
justice for. No, it's all good.
Well, all the Canadians look alike because he's also Canadian, so.
Well, and I did, and also
joke.
Vincent, I did say that since nobody else was really speaking up, Gorham introduced her friends, not necessarily like full name and rank, but just kind of what she knows them by, just out of cheerful social habit. So yeah, so
Yep.
Gorham
Hi
stepped
from
aside.
Royal Dutch Marine.
Very nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Okay. Yes. All right. Yeah, no introductions needed. I recognize your well, not your friend because I know of what he does. So yes, Kleber explained the situation. You encountered the butcher near Glavisa, and well, he is a he's been on our list for quite a while since he went rogue. So I gave our sincerest thanks for bringing him in.
And Gorham just sort of shrugs, smiles, and is like, "It's what we do."
Yep. So well, this guy will come out, and he'll take custody of
The fuck is this?
Butcher.
Maybe this was the guy from the man cave. Look at this motherfucker.
Yeah, the tokens in this game are like the art style is very like
what a dorky looking dude. I mean, what's that hairstyle?
he's like balding. He just like push the bald.
Well, he has like Hitler's comb over if half of his head was bald.
He just has an evil-looking comb over because that's usually like what you would give for like someone that looks evil.
No, he doesn't look evil. He just looks a complete dweeb. But then again, maybe that's what turned him evil. But
To make it worse,
I mean, Hitler looks like a dweeb.
to make it worse, at the end, his hair jumps up and he spits in his hand, or at the end of his hair, it jumps up and he spits in his hand, glues it back to his head.
Oh,
And he's
God.
like alfalfa from the Little Rascals.
oh god.
Exactly. But this is the CIA interrogator. He'll take custody and they'll disappear into this interrogation
Good
room.
luck, Caleb. If you're going in a room with just him.
Suddenly the lights start to flicker.
I would start talking just not to be in the same room with that guy.
Reminds me of the one session we had of the fucking Interstellar Marines where you met what's his nuts, the cult leader, and just
Oh, that wasn't
on the
Interstellar
fucker.
Marines. That was the Colonial Marines Operations Manual. The building or not building worlds, but
Right. Yeah, Alien. When I ran Alien.
Well, that guy. I mean, that guy who went in to do God knows what to Caleb.
Yep.
He's kind of the spiritual successor to that to Uncle Tushy. Anyway.
But they will escort you to a meeting room because y'all have questions, I'm sure, especially when you
plenty.
Mm-hmm. So you'll just stand awkwardly because there aren't enough chairs at the table.
I guess I'll.
Yes, please begin.
What exactly is
this
this place?
Be like, do we really need to attend this? Let's go plug this thing in. I want to play some hockey. I missed that thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go play video games, go for it, and I'll just fill you in on what you missed.
Yeah, there's a entertainment room. Feel free to use it.
All right.
The entertainment room, it says interrogation room on the outside.
No, that's just the one that the weird dude is in. The other one is an actual entertainment room.
Speaking of taking a break, I need to be back in a bit. Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
You're all good. Oh, hey, Blitz, you finally here.
Just in time, Blitz.
Yeah, just in time.
It's been a whirlwind of a session, namely the fact that the party not only found a video game system, but also a fucking TV.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're playing hockey. You want to play? Sadly, 97 roster, not the 99, which is important because that's when the Dallas Stars won the Stanley Cup. So we're going to blame the Russians and the Americans for starting World War III and denying Dallas the Stanley Cup.
Didn't we already talk about this? I mean, the whole history would change because the Russian or the Soviet players wouldn't be able to come over to the.
Yeah, but the Dallas roster is all Canadians and 2 Americans.
Right. Okay.
It fucks up Detroit at the time, though.
Okay. But Detroit is not good. But
yeah,
the Stars
we're gonna shit talk Detroit Red Wings. It's gonna be so jarring. Be like, man, they're the shittiest team in the league.
The world could be ending.
Yes.
Norm Green would still
Fourth
relocate
ball.
the North Stars.
Oh shit! Yeah, the Nordiques probably also don't move.
Okay, so who is going to go play video games during this meeting?
Excuse you, this is Sport Puck.
I am learning much.
Oh God, excuse me. Oh, my head hurts.
At this point, we are just the germs in Emily's body, actively killing her with every joke.
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Osmosis Jones RPG win.
That
Why
is a
is that
shitty
movie so
movie.
good though?
That was
I
disgusting.
like that movie.
Okay.
That movie has no reason why it's as good as it is.
That movie
It's
has
like
no right to
ridiculous.
be as good as it is.
Didn't it lose like millions of dollars too?
Yeah, I think it was a failure.
I just know that like I watched that movie multiple times over my time in the public education system for gym class or whatever.
Oh, God.
It was baller.
Sick
It was-
thinking
Who's
about it.
Jim?
And maybe it's like, rose-colored glasses because I was also getting out of class every time I got to watch it. But
I would want to go back to
it
class.
was a good movie.
I
love that movie.
I think in
Although it
one
kinda had
month I
an
watched. I
Assassin's
think I
Creed syndrome
Yeah.
going on, where like the flash out bits were bad. Like, no, just keep me in the action.
Right.
Mhm.
Anyway, so Travis
but
and
back to the
Ray are
game.
going to play video
bad.
games. Arthur, were you
Oh,
gonna go play video games?
So, little catch up. You're in a chemical weapons silo blitz right now. This is what this bunker
my.
is. That's a good piece of context you have.
Which foundry are we on? I might be stupid.
Noise. Are you trying to connect to Terra Nova?
Yeah.
That'll do it.
I'm in space.
Pinned link
Where
in
am I?
this channel, in the text channel, Great Escape.
Yep.
Ah.
I'll go Travis and also for lack of a better place. This is the basically playing in a giant garage, and it will draw you a little.
Well, I mean, or just play in the fucking dining room or something. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, the rec room is also in the dining halls. No, thank you. Put you. Yep, there you go. Okay. So. Is it a message? There we go. All right. So yeah, you're in this room, and everyone can see who wants to sit. And yeah, Agent Hendrick, she'll say, yes, you had I'm sure you have many questions about, what's happened and where you're at. Please begin.
Yeah. You wouldn't happen to know anything about the World Health Organization burning down buildings and quarantining sick people? Would you?
We've had reports they're in the area, but beyond that, we don't know anything.
Right. Gorham says she's drumming her fingers on the table. Those big chemical silos. Well, actually, were we able to tell? Are they just silos, like canisters, or are they nukes, like missiles? Like, are they meant to be fired, or are they just deployed from this position?
Just deployed from this position.
Oh shit. So what exactly is the purpose of this place?
Oh, where do I begin? So by now I'm sure you're all aware of Operation Reset. Correct?
What?
Well, I mean, if it's synonymous with good luck, you're on your own, then I guess so, yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
all I know is that one moment I get sprung out of prison, next thing you know, I'm back in prison. And then I'm out of prison. And here I am.
Oh.
So I might have missed some specifics here, but
yeah. So the quick version is that Operation Reset is was a failed operation to try and drive the Soviets from, Operation Reset was to push Soviet forces back to their original start positions inside Russia and establish basically, push them out of Poland and put them home. It has, well, as you noticed, failed pretty significantly through the part of several several parties, but bad luck mostly. The second phase of Operation Reset was an operation that we referred to as Operation Clean House. Basically, what we were attempting to do with Clean House is the release of several chemical weapons to further destroy Russian lines and not basically get them out of Poland through any means, even if we had to eradicate them through the use of chemical weapons.
So, you are saying that you would be deploying chemical weapons within an allied nation's soil that would target not only the people you are trying to kill, but also not only the people you're trying to kill, but also millions of innocent civilians and allied forces. Please explain to me how in any way, shape, or form that's a good idea. You're going to kill way more non-hostile targets than you are Soviets by doing this.
Mm-hmm. When we did initial, we did the cost, what's it called?
Oh, you
When-
see. If
when
you
we
really
did
think about it.
when we did projections, it was estimated that, yeah. Basically, that's what
Acceptable loss of human life.
when we did the calculations, we initially calculated that the loss of life on both, NATO, Soviet, and civilian casualties would be, wouldn't be like massive amounts of numbers. However, when we actually, start setting up things and actually looked at the population and population centers and whatnot, we vastly undercalculated.
Looked at in the calculations, dumbass.
I'm
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I will just say that a lot of the stuff in the Twilight 2000, especially this version, it just makes the people who made the operation sound very stupid, and this is partly the game and partly
I mean, my
me
headcanon is they're
speculating.
covering for the fact that they considered the loss of life acceptable. Or I don't know,
Yeah.
they are stupid. Maybe.
Well, it is the
It could be
government,
both.
so
At the end of the day, the
the
people
government
in
isn't your
charge made
friend.
this decision.
Yeah.
They likely aren't stupid.
Inhospitable, and they'll defend
They
the
just don't
proper
care.
Europeans from the Russians. That's it.
Mm-hmm. However, once we, the weapons are out there, unfortunately. However, none of them have been deployed. Because once we, actually were, sitting and waiting for the, order to, press the red button, as they say, well, we never received that. We never received the order because, we've basically lost all communication with Washington, or we haven't received the order to go through with it yet. However, the people in this base, we've also decided that our bunker site, we will not be releasing. We will not, sit in the code to.
Gorham gushes an enormous sigh of relief and sort of slides down her chair.
Mm-hmm. The loss of life of both allied, enemy, and civilians is unacceptable. So we will not be releasing
You don't
it.
know how happy I am to hear that. The question, I have a couple
Mhm.
questions though. The first one is, do you know where the other bunkers are relative to this operation? I mean, are they still active, or or do you at least know where they were?
Yes, we have an idea of where they were. And as far as we know, no other
Did they
bunker
pick up
has
and
released the
move
codes.
where they
but
were
we've
or where they are?
Well, we say where they were because they were put in place before, the shit show that was Kalisz. So we're not sure if they're still in their original positions. Um,
It'd be pretty hard to remove a
we
bunker though.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's more about if they're destroyed.
Yeah, we don't know if they're operational or destroyed, or it's kind of up in the air at this point. We do have the locations of 3 of the, the dirty bombs where they would have been deployed, and we are, you know, we want to actively send out people to, you know, disable them, so that, with the amount of damage that Poland has sustained, they could go off, which is upsetting, very upsetting. But, if they're damaged enough, then mass casualties.
My next question, in terms of the, so you were saying, so this silo holds a chemical weapon. What exactly are the symptoms, Gorham says, glancing over at Vincent, who's probably still itching his skin a little bit.
Mhm.
But, I mean, I still get an
Um,
impression from
Not enough
Vincent.
baby powder in the world to fill these socks.
um, the well, the symptoms of the chemical weapon attack would be immediate, like, imagine a very horrific form of a hemorrhagic fever.
Yikes.
It wouldn't,
English,
yes,
please.
bleeding from all of your orifices, and then you die.
Ah. Hercules again.
Well, yes, but
Theoretically,
horrific pain as well.
theoretically, what if there was a small, teeny tiny leak or exposure, not a full deployment, would those still be the same symptoms, or would it be something less severe? Just like,
Um,
I don't know, headaches or the shits or skin problems or
that's the GM laughing, not the PC laughing. Even with the small leak, it would, it's kind of a, like, it would still be the hemorrhagic,
okay.
like, which, I realize how bad that is now that I'm, like, speaking it aloud. When I was, like, planning, I was like, "Oh, yeah, that," then, "Oh, it's actually really even worse than when I was planning it."
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's see. So we know the bunkers, we know the symptoms. Gorm did ask about the WHO and you know, like did the CIA know of their activities? I guess another important thing is that, if you guys are here and you theoretically, like, the people who are working at those command consoles, and especially the one who's overseeing the silo, like, what are those people doing?
Um, well, I'll just ping on the map. So the technician at the command console over the silo, or these areas themselves, they're basically just maintenance work to make sure that,
Okay.
you know everything stays
There's
correct.
not a
And then
malfunction.
the
Okay.
4 yeah, and then the 4 at the other consoles are, basically communications and trying to get whoever they can on the line to, like, work together and try and piece things back together. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say is two things, because Gorham wants to know if because this is the first bunker we've been to with communications equipment that is not manned by us and is also in a different sort of sector of the country, um, or a different sort of region. The two questions I have for that, number one is, um, have they had any successful contact with like larger groups of U.S. troops or any, like larger scale activity like other allied forces operating?
At this time, no. We've received very little communication.
So my next question will actually spawn a third question. The next question I have is in terms of frequencies. I mean, would they be willing? And I mean, I'm also asking the group if you guys think we should give this information. Do you think we should um give them information, like basically give them like establish a line between our bunker and theirs so we can share updates because we're in a completely different part of the country. Um, so we can give them updates on what's going on in our neck of the woods and vice versa if they want. I just want to know if that's a good idea. Which, I mean, I'm not hearing anybody object, so.
Might as well.
Sharing of information seems
Yeah.
generally
Yeah.
productive.
Yeah, I mean, they want to know what's going on with Allied forces. We want to know. We have a bunker. They have a bunker. Might as well, share radio frequencies, establish a line. So Gorham offers that to Hendricks and, says, what say you?
Yeah, of course. This is. Yes,
So,
we agree.
right. And then the last question, Gorham, in terms of, so Hendricks was saying, she was talking about like, focusing on, like, so she's saying that, she's trying to establish, a hold of like larger groups, right?
Hmm.
So, well, I mean, Gorham kind of says that, we actually, my friends and I, including the ones who scurried off to play video games, we've been kind of working towards an alternative solution to getting the Soviets out of the country, mainly a combination of strength in numbers and diplomacy. Because on one hand, we recently, I don't know if you heard of like a small scale ceasefire and an exchanging of Soviet and American prisoners. Um, I don't know if you heard of that, but if you did, that was our doing. And the other thing I wanted to mention was we've been sort of pooling together, a faction of sorts in Suleuf in I don't remember which sort of region of the country, but basically she's talking about like all the people we have, like the Poles, the U.S. group, the different marauder groups that were sort of reformed and joined our cause, like those kind of people. So Gorham's kind of referring to those people and says that if you would like to know what's going on, I could see about getting you into touch with the leader there. And that way you would also have
Yeah.
sort of a faction of allied fighters to coordinate with.
Yeah, of course. We'd greatly appreciate it.
Awesome. I'll once we because I don't care. Do we have the Sergeant Major's like communication info, like contact info?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can
Well,
give that
all right.
like radio frequencies and such.
Sure. All right. So CIA is in touch, and we have the CIA, so this is off to a good start. One last question I have. I mean, obviously, if Hendricks has any other questions, or if Vinny, Martin, or if they have any questions, you can. But my last question is regarding Kleber. I mean, are you going to stay here, or are you going to stick around with us?
I mean, do you need my assistance?
I mean, having a high like a ranking CIA agent on our side would be a pretty useful card to play.
Yeah, I'm willing to stay with you guys if you'll have me.
Sure. So, I mean, and Gorham looks over to Hendrix. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
All right.
Agent Kleber can stay with you.
All right. One last question that I thought of. These guys scrubbed us down in the hazmat. Do they have any spare like mop suits or like hazmat suits they could provide us with, even if it's just like 3 or so we can safely enter that one town and be safe from biological chemical contaminants?
I'm glad you asked. Yes, the answer is yes. Other information that you'll be given, then she'll share this freely, Hendrix will. We have the location of 3 of the dirty bombs that have been placed, and I will pull you back
Oh,
to
bunkers like this?
no, the bombs themselves,
Oh,
rather than the okay. So in Lesno, Rokla, and Kalisz, closest in near the bunker that you're currently at, those are the 3 closest. And if you are willing to continue to work with us, we would appreciate it if you could escort a group of a CIA containment crew to the 3 cities to disarm them. Unless you would, you know, would you like to try and disarm it yourself?
I'm good at blowing stuff up, not good at diffusing it, so I'll
hmm
leave that up to the professionals. The one caveat I would think about, would they compensate us for fuel? We're gonna be driving all over the fucking place and not 1 but 2 vehicles.
Of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so then two more questions. The first one is this going to be like how I did Interstellar Marines, where like so long as the party was on mission, they'd effectively have unlimited fuel?
Yes.
Okay, and then so we don't have to track fuel so long as we're doing this. And then the other question is, does the EOD team, do they have a vehicle of their own? Because we weren't planning to pick up additional people. I don't think we have the space for that.
Yep. They do have a vehicle. As long as you can escort them, they'll be able
Oh
to
yeah,
drive themselves.
that should be fine. What kind of vehicle is it?
Let me look at the vehicles, because it'd probably be a civilian vehicle rather than a military. Yeah, they have a Jeep that they use, a civilian Jeep that they'll use.
Okay. And are they willing to? So, how many hazmat suits are they giving us? Enough for the whole group, or like a limited amount?
Yeah, you'll have access to enough for the whole party.
All right, perfect. So I'm gonna make a note of that. Um, are they willing to? Uh, are they willing to provide us with anything extra? I mean, like, keep in mind, Gorham isn't asking this as much as I am, because I mean, she just wants to help. She's not thinking like what's in it for me. She's not that kind of person, but
Yeah.
I am. So I'm just wondering if
Yep.
Hendrix or Kleber, bring up like, oh yeah, we'll also give you like this or this and that in exchange for your help, that kind of thing.
Yeah. What they're willing to give you as compensation is, the unlimited fuel so you can make all the trips, as well as giving you better communications equipment
I like the sound of
for
that.
your own bunker, so you can have more range and you can talk to them from
Okay.
halfway across the country.
Okay, so that, and then was there
So
anything else?
that was okay. That's been covered. I gave you the locations of the bombs, which are marked on the map. What we need to do. Okay. So. Okay, then you have the information about the who, which they don't really know much about. Okay. So, uh, beyond that, that is it. The two members of the party that are like, playing video games, and a couple of the CIA agents have come over and are like playing with you. You pick up a couple rumors. The first one that you pick up is that you pick up rumors of documentation about like Operation Reset, like like actual like physical files are possibly floating around in Lodz,
Whoosh.
which I will. Whoosh, yes.
I know that
Pronunciation is.
I know that courtesy of book research.
Of whoosh.
And also that is the most weirdly, like, of all the Polish cities, that one is by no means pronounced the way it looks, and that's an anomaly even for Polish.
But yeah, so you get that information about possible like finding the actual documents for Operation Reset.
And whoosh over here.
Whoosh, yes.
Jesus, that's far away. Well, not that far away.
Yep. One of the other ones you pick up, which will be more like interesting one. You hear rumors that a hidden cache of
Mountain Dew.
The strategic
Doesn't matter.
reserve.
The
We
two gamers, they're playing, and then they stop, like they lean their heads up, and then they both turn to the guy and sink.
well, there is a cache of Mountain Dew in this bunker, but it's not like the rumor you hear. You could find that cache in like the storage
I
rooms.
grabbed some Mountain Dews for us. Don't worry, Ray.
But
My
yeah.
man.
So the rumor you hear is there are rumblings of a large cache of gold hidden by the Germans in Poland. They're like an American team
They left it in
found.
Poland?
Yeah, Nazi
Yeah.
gold in World War II, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Usually they shift that off to the Swiss banks. The amazing thing is they left it in its country of origin. That's why I'm shocked.
Yeah, but there's a large hidden cache of Nazi gold that a group of American soldiers have recently stumbled upon.
Bad company.
However, most of the original group that found the gold they've gone missing or they've been killed. The only one survivor that remains can be found in Kepno.
Oh.
Over here.
Hold on.
And supposedly this survivor can guide the party to this cache of Nazi gold. If you want it. Fucking Goldfinger, I love it.
I really don't think we should be like getting that because that's just like asking for God's revenge.
Well, it's not exactly like Nazi reserve gold. It's more like gold that they've stolen from Poland and put in this reserve. I should clarify that. It was stolen by the
When you
Nazi.
talk about Nazi gold, it's like, oh yeah, we're melting down their tooth filings. It's like, oh God.
Yeah, it's blood gold. But yeah. Yeah, that is an option that you could go after. That's one of the rumors you hear if you would like to find that. There's gold in the burials. I appreciate whoever made that
That was me.
note on the map. Thank you. But yeah. Another rumor you hear is that there has been sightings of some kind of monster, some kind of creature in where the fuck is this place? Namstalo. Here. That there are rumors of something like stalking the woods and
I have a feeling I know what, or rather who. We go into the woods, we hear a whispering, "You ever derail a campaign with the devil in the pale moonlight?" And it echoes through the woods, and you can't pinpoint where it's coming from, which makes it that much scarier.
But yeah, there's a rumor that there is something there, and if you want more information, you need to head to the to the village proper. Something in them woods.
Or alternatively, it's one of the Reynolds brothers.
Hey, y'all, I gotta be getting out of here.
All right.
Oh crap! Sorry, Astron. But yeah.
Yep, you're all right. I do gotta dip. I'm gonna
Adios.
take my base 5 XP and get out of
Alright.
here.
Okay. And
See y'all.
See ya.
yeah, with that being said, those rumors, I'll put them down in like the notes channel so you
Yeah,
have
I'll also
access
make
to
them
them.
in the session recap.
Yep.
If I remember.
Yeah, that's where we'll end this session for today.
Maybe.
I guess this is a good endpoint. But yeah, so lots of revelations today.
Oh shit.
The WHO is evil. I won't put that as a question mark. They are evil. The CIA has, they're also evil, but they have somewhat of a conscience about not
Oh, these guys
gassing
definitely
people.
don't seem evil in the slightest.
Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the CIA in general, but
Oh, okay. I can't think of a single story where the CIA were the heroes, so.
mm-hmm. But yeah, that is today's session, and it's a lot of fun to plan, and we'll go over XP questions now. Is everyone ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So remember, you get the base 5. So did you participate in the game session? Yes, all of you did. Did you follow your moral codes did you follow your moral code during the session?
In all cases where like, my big was paragon of positivity and killed him with kindness, in all the human encounters, but I couldn't exactly kill a boar with kindness, so I shot it instead.
Nice. Anyone else have questions about that?
I mean, yeah, I think I followed mine. I mean, didn't really have to do any difficult decisions, I guess.
All right. So, okay. Did you work toward your big dream in this session?
Yes. Make the world great again. I
Yes.
feel like, try to show those guys kindness and, bring a larger faction of people together, yeah.
Cool. Did you make a significant discovery or revelation? Many.
Plenty.
Many. So, yeah, everyone gets that one. Did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind?
Die.
Yeah, I'll say you did.
Alright.
I'll give it to you all because I found it funny that you you've hyper focused on the on the PlayStation 1 now. So I'll just give that for just haha funniness. Okay. Did you perform a successful action with one or more roles related to your area of expertise?
Yes.
Yep.
And did a driving
Um.
roll earlier, so.
Yep. Um. Megas, you did as well because you made the driving roll, or rather, Travis did. I don't know why I have your
I
two
also did a
characters next
medical aid
to it.
role too, and that's my main specialty.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know why in my head I
I was
have you
helping with
two
the
mixed up.
demining. I don't remember if I did a roll for that.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'll
think
give it to you.
Yeah.
I did.
mean,
I
you
did.
did, but
I succeeded
fixed-
on several rolls.
Yeah, you fixed the PlayStation, so.
Yes.
Yes, the
Yes.
most important role, and we never did get a roll to see who won.
Okay. Did you travel through at least one hex on the travel map that you had not visited before? Yes, you did. So everyone gets that one. Did you overcome one or more dangerous events using violent or
Yes.
non-violent means? Yep, everyone will get that one. Did you risk your life for the PC who is your buddy?
Yes.
I mean, I guess like going out with the demining that counts, right?
Yeah. we were all in it.
Yeah,
We were
I'll give
all
it
in
to
it
you.
together, so that's why I counted it with
Yeah.
Vincent because he was right there with me. So were you.
Yep. Okay. Did you make significant progress towards or complete your group's current objective? Yes. You made it to the
Mhm.
CIA bunker, and you have several new objectives to deal
Yep.
with. Okay. So everyone will get that one. Did you make a life-threatening? Did you
Nope.
take a life-threatening critical injury? I read that as did you make. I hope you didn't.
Well, we got the illness. Does that count?
I critted the bear,
Hmm.
or the boar, but that's taking a crit.
It's
Not
not an
giving.
injury, obviously, but
Yeah. I'll say no at this point because, like, out of character, there are a couple different stages to whatever contagion the WHO is
okay.
working to eradicate, and you're in like the beginning stages of it. Or rather, you were because you managed to treat it properly. But we shall see what becomes of that in the future. So yeah, we did XP, and I'll give you 6 DP for this session. And yeah, so that is all I have for you guys today. This
That was
was,
a blast.
I
Well
guess,
worth the wait.
yeah. And again, I apologize for having to like skip weeks. Just fucking bad luck sometimes.
Okay, 6 DP says you.
Yes. And what's next week? Look at my calendar.
It would be the 7th is the next Saturday. June.
Yep.
So.
Yes.
Can I increase my survival because I did a roll and succeeded?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. So far we are free for this. I am good for the 7th to run Fallout for y'all, and yeah. As far as I know, I have no issues running on the 7th. Again, if something comes up, I'll let you guys know.